Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Here we go.
Trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Oh my Here God. It is! Just reporting.
The tape never lies.
Other people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
You'll never know how good your football team's going to be until you play with maximum effort.
Keeping it 100.
There's open competition for the North and never give it back.
Smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east to west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now they're all stuck like the Jew and now and laters. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sack scrolling like a fool, drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Jimmy. What we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the unfair. The tape never lies, the truth, you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Trick Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keep it 100. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Justin Fields gets outside the pocket, puts that ball perfectly where only Mooney can get it.
Keeping it 100.
2 feet.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Birds never lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, what's up? I'm Ivan Vargas, and you're watching the Keeping It 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. What is going on? You're watching the best bear show on the planet. After a big win, a big surprising win, and a big start for the offense, the Bears pulled it off against the Tennessee Titans, and they got the Indianapolis Colts coming up this week. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's bring out the guys. Shane, the smartest man, and DDP, Draft Dr. Phil. What's going on, fellas?
Yo. Usually we're a little bit late. Island with a little premature ejaculation. I like it. We're upgrading from Claude.
You got to start a little faster.
Yeah.
You did a great job right on the yo.
Yeah, he did.
And you had some passion.
He did. He wasn't like Claudio when he first started. Do you remember those days? How many years ago that we started and we're still here? Kicking ass.
Well, he had the new computer, so
yeah,
maybe that starts things off, you know.
Of course, he did a good job last week, then disappears this week, Ivan.
Right. He got out while the getting's good. He's like, you know what?
I did it once good. I'm done now.
He retired.
Yeah. I was 1 and out. Going out on top. Poor Claude.
Excellent get off. There you go.
Yeah. Hopefully my guy from Florida gets excellent get off. This week we see improved get off.
What are you, Colts fan? You talking about Anthony Richardson over there?
No. Talking about my boy Dexter.
No, I know. I hear you.
I hope I see improvement out of him. I know a lot of panties were in a bunch with my truths when it comes to my truths. See, my truths are football tape breakdown truths. That's what I go by, what I see, what I coach. I just ran off the football field, Shane, during sprints to get over here.
I looked down at my phone. We were about 3 minutes from it's actually 6 minutes from showtime. I haven't. Phil's on his way home.
Listen, I gotta.
How many mailboxes you run over?
Yeah, exactly.
How many red
I went
lights did you
through
run?
one stop sign. My wife, true story. We're finally, we had pads last week for the first time. So today, Monday, we went pads for the first time. Today, I was like, all right, finally, we're going to go into team. And they've been practicing waggle and getting the tight end, and the fullback in the flat action off of it, and the quarterback. Yeah. And they were doing so well. My wife's coming on the field. Phil, it's 8:04. You got to go. I go, I'm going to be late. We got to get this. I was like so focused on these kids. I was so proud of them. I think the parents think I hate them because I'm yelling so much. But I think they realize how much these kids are put. Anyway.
Right.
Sprinted home, Shane.
Yeah.
They got the waggle.
After the joint practices, it's very interesting updates from everybody that's there. Not good news for the backup quarterback. Something that I've been worried about. Our guy went back out there, and his first throw in 7-on-7s got picked off. Mark Grody jumped the gun a little bit and said it was Justin Fields, but it was not. No. It was Mr. Walker. But Tyson Bagent came up and took the reps ahead of Nathan Peterman. So that was something. Good. When we push out these shirts, performance over politics, that's a part of what we're talking about. The way that you have to look at this is if, we don't want to even talk about it, but let's say Justin Fields goes down for the season or anything like that. Your season's in the can anyway. And I don't need Nathan Peterman out there. I don't need PJ Walker out there. I would develop a guy like Tyson Bagent and see what you have to do. I would keep that kid around. If you guys have been with TTNL for a while, it's somebody that I talked about during the draft process that I actually wanted the Bears to draft at some point. They were lucky enough to get him as a UDFA. And you see the talent there. Is he perfect? No, he's far from it. But you look at anybody behind Justin Fields, and I think there's a equal amount of question marks other than experience.
I think we start there. First week, Shane, in a scrimmage. We forewarned you last week on keeping it 100, and then I talked about it again on Bears Hour Live. Right after the game, we'll be live again this Saturday. And I knew that there were going to be phony fraud blog boys out there critiquing Justin Fields' throw, air, yard, whatever they're going to say. Right? I think we got to start there and then get into bashing, because you're 100% correct on that. But I really feel like it's just a disservice to understanding football. They go out there on the first play, they get in the I formation and literally are running a concept to get the ball down the football field. But your young quarterback reads it correctly and delivers the ball to the fullback wide open in the flat, making the right decision.
Yeah.
Instead of forcing a ball down the field where you would get, he threw it into, he does the right thing.
But what did you think about the pass block on that from Khalil Herbert?
Khalil Herbert's pass block was poor. It wasn't a failure. It was poor. He left his feet and fell down. And I know, again, listen, I stand by my history. Like, I've been doing this a long time before probably anybody's breaking down tape, Shane. Again, unfortunately, it was deleted by the old network to show the history back to the Cutler days of showing you what's going on the football field. Here, what is going on out there is Justin Fields reading that the safety rolled over the top to take away the deep shot. The tight end coming across is covered as well. And Justin went 1-2 and delivered to the 3 correctly, 11 yards and a first down. I don't care that ball travel. What was his air yards on that? Like, you're missing the whole concept of football. Like, he played one series or 2? One?
Justin?
What was it?
2.
Yeah.
2.
He played 2.
2 series. He threw the ball 3 times. The first one, he makes the right read, Ivan. Hits the fullback blazing game in the flat, turns it up for 11. The second time, it's a called bubble screen that goes for 6. Okay, the third time he throw, I said this on Bears Hour Live, and I texted it immediately to Shane. Bears got away with one. Ineligible downfield. We can argue, debate. I will stand by my eyes that that should have been a penalty. It's not taking anything away from the Bear. That's what it should have been called. There's 4 or 5 yards downfield. It should have been called. That doesn't take away what the quarterback did. He dealt with a blitz on a screen call. Running back needed to do a better job again, selling a block, then turning. He didn't do it. He turned quickly, gave it away, was able to escape, and then they score again. To take anything away from Justin Fields in that scrimmage, his footwork looked good. He was in the eye. He was under center. Things that I wanted to see, Shane, from last week, he was doing. All his handoffs were good. That's all you want to do. If you're sitting there concentrating on air yards and it's just the wrong way.
You wanted to see going back to that first play, to the fullback, to Blasting game. That last year, I think Justin continues to try to look downfield and force it downfield instead of saying, 1, it's not there. Here's my outlet. Get 10, 15 yards, 12 yards.
Exactly.
And the reaction and the understanding of that that's where I go immediately. That's progression. That's growth from Justin Fields. I know it's only 3 passes to analyze, but that's something that you could take from the little bit that you saw and say, hey, Justin's progressing.
That first play for me,
but that
just
Phil,
to see him under center.
If you talk about that first play, the first, I think it was Jared Perry that had in there. People were saying that he didn't read it right. The first read is the fucking fullback anyway.
The first read off that is fullback. He looked for the deep ball. I would coach deep to fullback. I don't know their coaching, but that's how I run that route off that heavy action. Fullback's going into the flat. You see him out of the corner of your eye. Look for this touchdown. He does. I've watched it 30 times. You'll see it on Patreon. And he goes, he looks, he peeks for the deep ball, and then he dumps it down. It's exactly how it should. I was so proud of him because, I was happy that Getsy was in the eye and that he was under center. And I love that you're getting his footwork together. And he looked crisp. And then he delivers the ball. I mean, what can he do? They called 3 passes. They went there. Then you pull it. I just don't get, you're always finding these people that are just frauds.
Phil, it comes down to them just not being honest with themselves. It's more that they don't want to see progress. They don't want to see positivity from Justin Fields and the Bears offense. They want the Bears to be, and I think the Bears fans fall into the same thing with Jordan Love. Now, I don't happen to be a huge believer in Jordan Love, but if he goes out there and makes a great fucking play, I'm not going to sit here and be biased and just say that he sucks. There's so many people that do that. That's not the way that we work here. But, you see Peter Bukowski say, oh, it was an awful throw. The throw to DJ Moore, it almost hit the ground and all of that shit. It doesn't matter. Plays are made in the NFL. Big time players do that all the time. DJ Moore will take a shitty pass and make an easy catch.
That's what you're looking for in the draft.
That's why he's getting paid over $20 million a year, Peter. Not sure if you fucking know that or not, but that's the way it works.
Okay, I will say that 2 times the Bears have had receivers that I feel like will make these plays. It was Alshon and Brandon Marshall, and before that was Graham and Conway. That's all I can remember. A little dose of Marcus Robinson and Marty Booker, but you have never had the complete package, in my opinion, like DJ Moore. I've said this way back. I said it. This kid is the Stephon Diggs, and he might be better. And that's what you're getting out of that kid. And Stephon is more of a glory hound than DJ Moore is. And DJ just seems to be like the perfect teammate.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs creates more separation with he's very quick in his route running and stuff like that. But I mean, if you look back, Phil, and everybody defaults to Philly, they default to Buffalo, bringing these guys in when they made the move for Stephon Diggs, and when Philly made the trade for AJ Brown, it's the same type of thing. And then people that are anti-Chicago are going, oh, well, he's not AJ Brown. Well, he wasn't AJ Brown last year. Look at who he's had in Carolina throwing him the ball. If he can get some consistency in a big-time quarterback in Chicago, and that's who we think and have always thought that Justin Fields is, at any point in TTNL Network's history, even during draft breakdowns, we were never negative on him. Go back and look at it. It's part of our history. Giving him the consistency at quarterback is only going to amplify who he is so he can put up the numbers. He's actually got better numbers, not touchdowns, but better numbers than AJ Brown did before he made the move to Philly. Same with Stephon Diggs, and people are just shitting on him just like they're doing the same thing with Justin Fields. Listen, tip of the cap to Ryan Poles for being able to the masterclass of a trade. It would have been interesting to see how he did it if they were able to go to number 2 and then down to number 9. I still have that in the back of my head. That was the original plan, right? But I still remember it was March 10th was the day of the trade, and I remember getting home and looking down with the breaking news, and it said that the Bears, lists all the draft picks, and then at the very end it says, "Oh, and wide receiver DJ Moore," and I'm like, "That's the fucking headliner." That's what you lead off with. And I remember calling you so we could go live. But
first time. Let's think about this. And thank you, Ryan Cox, for pointing that out. I look at it, and you all know how I feel about Darnell Mooney. I have always been on. I don't flip-flop. Darnell Mooney is an outlier to me. I will be the first one to say I doubted this kid when they drafted him, saying, I don't know if he is going to hold up with that body type. You talk about a guy that has worked his ass off, loves the game of football, and plays with fucking determination every rep. Darnell Mooney
Bryce
is
Young
that
just
guy.
texted me and said, you can go fuck yourself if you're worried about body type, by the way, but go ahead.
At receiver. So when he comes out here and plays the way he has in history, we know. I've been looking for the duo that's the consistent guy, that's a solid built, great hands, and has that burst, that Jeff Graham type. DJ Moore has more than Graham had. And when you have that and a fucking maniac speedster, this is a new dynamic duo for the Bears. And then Claypool, you get Claypool on this field. That's cooking with gas. Like, he's extra. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's like whipped cream on a Sunday. He's the extra. Because I don't know what Claypool is consistently. I knew when Claypool played with, and I'm jumping around, I apologize. But when Claypool played with Ben Roethlisberger, he was a big play, red zone, body control, high point pass catcher that looked dominant. Like, why did we take Kmet and not Claypool? That's what
that was a
Claypool
big.
was,
That was
right?
a big. Yeah,
That was what it was.
We were with the other network at the time during that draft, and that was a big debate. You know, not so much. I wasn't happy with the Komet pick at the time. It's not a pick that I would have made at the time. You guys know.
We would have taken a quarterback.
Yeah, I was taking Jalen Hurts.
Exactly.
We got railroaded for it. You know, a lot. But,
I look back on TTNL history and remember my boy turning to me on the phone, then going live that night saying, Phil, let me ask you this. Would you, based on this, blah, 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 second round pick, would you take Jalen Hurts? I go, that's who we have to take.
Yeah.
Mitch is just an unknown. I love her. And we got so much shit for that. And that's on this channel and our Patreon.
Yeah, my guys in the second round, it was not Clement, and it was not. I was very scared about Jalen Johnson's shoulder. That bothered me. He was very, very young. Not that he wasn't a good player. Based off talent,
we felt like we got a steal in Johnson if his shoulder held up.
But if I had been making the calls that night, it would have been Hurts and Diggs for me. I would have the corner that Dallas took were the two guys that I would have I believe
mine was Hurts and Claypool.
I believe Diggs went the very next pick after Jalen Johnson. I'm just doing that off the top of my head, but I think Dallas took him right the very next pick in 2020. Maybe Ivan can look that up to see how wrong I am. I think I'm right.
Check out that 2020 second round pick. I know we're jumping around here, but that's what we're going to have a lot of fun talking about these Chicago Bears. You got to be excited. Bears are down in Indy, practicing with the Colts.
Which I'm sorry, repeat the
2020.
Yeah, no, I have
round.
it, but second round, what pick?
When we took Jalen Johnson,
just look at the
I think the
whole second round.
Who was the very next pick? I believe it was Trayvon Diggs, corner out of Alabama. But
anyway,
why the hell can I see Jalen Johnson?
Whatever it was, Diggs was taken after Johnson says critical drinker. That whole draft, man, you look at it now and you see where they are. Now, I would have taken Claypool. We have Claypool now. Now, Claypool's story is unwritten. I'm excited to see. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see him, but obviously he's working through whatever injury.
Yeah, and that's the listen.
So many people were just harboring on
you.
Whiff of the trade and this, that, and the other.
Listen, does it look great right now? No, because we haven't seen enough of Claypool, and he's not out there right now. We want to see him out there, but I'm not positive we're going to see him at all in the preseason.
Is he going out there practicing today? Is there an update? No,
he was on the sidelines.
Nate Davis is he?
Yes, back? He was in. Walker was back. DeMarcus Walker was back out there.
Back.
The first dust up was Tyreek Stevenson talking some.
My boy.
Yeah, but hey, the Bears need more players like that, and even Chase Claypool was involved in
Myrtle
one, and he was on the from the sidelines. So
Claypool was involved on the sideline.
I think it was Braggs saying, because they had it split up in two fields, and Braggs was over with the Bears offense, and he said when the Bears defense took the field, he said all the way over on the second field, you could hear the Bears defense talking the entire time. And according to Indianapolis's multiple beat reporters that are on the scene tracking everything that Anthony Richards doing, they said tonight's practice was clearly the worst practice that he has had all training camp. But that's part of it. You see some different looks. You have another team that wants to come on. That listen, they're not going to go out there and intentionally try to hurt the guy.
Whose was the worst?
Anthony Richardson, quarterback from Indy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm getting texts. But anyway, the look of what it is on offense for me. Again, as a Chicago Bear, the offense, there's no, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I just wanted to address this. Kenny, we were talking about the 2020 draft. Justin Fields wasn't even in the draft yet. Justin Fields is drafted in 2021. We were talking about during the 2020 draft, the way that things broke when the Bears had those 2 second-round picks. At the time, if we were making the pick, we would have drafted Jalen Hurts. It has nothing to do with Justin Fields.
We didn't know Justin Fields
yet. Wasn't even draft eligible then. So It has nothing to do with his talent or anything. Yeah, we're full believers in Justin Fields and have been. So I just wanted to address that.
No.
But yeah, we can go
dinner. My dinner tonight. My dinner. Thank you. Hustling off the field,
Steph,
Ivan. Thank you, Steph. I love you.
Always working. Always working.
Wifey. Gotta have a good wifey.
Yeah, but
you don't live in your basement typing blogs.
Speak for yourself. Let's just go around some of these, Ivan. If you want to look at some of these questions, now would be a good time. Is Rasheem Green going to get cut with Gibson and Terrell Lewis doing so good? I don't think the Bears are. Yeah, the Bears aren't in that business yet. Listen, I may go extra there at the defensive line. I'm a guy that's going to be throwing fastballs all the time, especially at that position. And I think the Philly model, the way that they did it last year, you keep these guys in there. Listen, Terrell Lewis, a guy that we've been talking about. I told you guys, he's got everything that you want in terms of ability. He just has not stayed healthy. He's healthy right now. You have to keep that in mind. Trevis Gibson got the memo with the demotion on the official depth chart. That's, a message was sent. Now, listen, his game that he had this past week means absolutely nothing if he goes out there and plays like a dog with fleas this weekend. You have to continue it. Bears aren't.
He's got to build on it.
Yep, Bears aren't in any position to be making any decisions like that now. I have no problem with them going heavy at defensive end because I think there's way too many question marks. I mean, I saw some people on Twitter saying, is Dominique Robinson going to get caught? And it's just, this
is the best problem.
Exactly. This is anti-Chicago. Exactly.
Think about this. Wait a second. We're going to cut right. No. I know we're jumping around here, but we're answering your questions and having some fun tonight. If you have so many pass rushers, that's a great thing. So let's just look. Obviously, Lewis and Trevis Gibson, I felt like Trevis was the best player on the field this past weekend. You can argue whatever you want, but for me, watching him, he played with determination. His pad level was perfect. He delivered the blow. You saw him use several techniques. It wasn't just pass rush. He used a goddamn bully power step, delivered the blow, separated, ripped underneath, and was able to get to the running back in the backfield. Then he had a great bend and dip. Looked like Bobby Quinn had taught him this. And he was able to get underneath this kid. If he builds on that, and look, Shane, we were all excited about him last year and thought he was going to take a step. He came out last year with being one of the most disappointing players, right?
Yeah.
Because we thought he was going to take that step. Now, watching him in Dallas, he had Dak Prescott in his grasp 4 times. Could have 4-sack game. Missed. We've seen defensive ends work on your craft, play with determination, and get after it, and then turn around. Trevis Gibson, I'm so cheering for that guy because he has all the tools.
He does.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I want to talk about special teams. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Like I'm gonna stop fucking talking. I swear.
No, it's still a huge position of need. I mean, I don't think that the Bears are even potentially done there. You look at the New York Jets, who are extremely deep at defensive end. You see a guy like Bryce Huff that's been dangled. If he's available via trade, that's 100% a guy that I'm involved with in terms of trying to bring over to Chicago and adding him to the lot of pass rushers. You can never have enough of them. It's like corners, cover corners. A lot of people don't get excited about them, but again, you can never have enough corners in here. And saying right now, is this guy going to, they talked about Rasheem Green, who struggled in the game if you watch it, but then they said the next practice that they had, he was, balling and playing with his hair on fire. So now he's got to bounce back. Like you said, like Travis Gibson has to go out there and do it again. Rasheem Green's got to go out there and make some plays this weekend, just like the rest of them do. But there's very few positions on this team. You saw the Bears make a move at linebacker with Walker, claiming him, a guy that got a pay raise because he had over 100 tackles last year in Atlanta, a guy that's just, I want to dive into a little bit more, but I know he's extremely athletic, very, very fast player. I was excited about the Bears putting in the claim for him, and he got a bump in pay. So he's like 2.6 or 2.7 million. And that to me tells me the Bears are doing their job like we talked about. You have that number one position in the waiver process. You bring them in, you give them a look. The Bears are acquiring that. When they claim that guy, it's the same thing last year when the Bears made some moves. That when they claimed Alex Leatherwood, that first round draft pick money came with Alex Leatherwood. So that shows you that there's a belief in there. And this isn't, people are going to get fired about Jack Sanborn, and the Bears are clearly not happy with the linebacker. Now, is it a nod to that Tremaine Edmonds injury could be worse? I don't think so. Blues talked about it and said that nobody's in jeopardy of missing week 1. Edmonds was out there today, not on the field, but on the sideline, riding the stationary bike. So I think that's a positive sign. But listen, you're up there on the mountaintop on that waiver claim. You fucking take advantage of it every single time. Ryan Poles is doing his job, man, and I love it. Take advantage of it.
I love it too. I love the signing there. Again, you guys are throwing so many questions at us so quickly. I want to catch up with these, but let me finish the linebacker. When you get a speedy, reactive linebacker, think about what we just said about the pass rushers. You can't have enough of them. To get this kid and put him in this group in front of that front, this is a great pickup. And just piggybacking off Shane, because he said it perfectly, and he's been telling you this, being in that NASCAR first lane spot when it comes to signing free agents is going to showcase who this GM is. There should be no politics involved. It should be trying to build the best team possible, and getting this young, speedy linebacker with those starts and ability and put him in the room and let him compete and see where it goes. I love this signing. I love this signing because I really was impressed with Baskerville.
From LSU.
He's undrafted. This is only going to bring more competition to that room. And that's a good thing. And just one more thing about Terrell Lewis, because I think it's important. When the Bears signed him on our patron show, we talked about this guy. And I compared him to Roosevelt Colvin because this is a strict pass rusher that could play linebacker, but you're going to want him playing the edge rusher. Given that opportunity, you're seeing what he's doing. If he's healthy, Shane said, this kid could be something.
It's got everything that you want. Everything that you want to me, he's not as thick as Khalil Mack. I'm not talking talent. looking at him on the field with the number and everything, he
Yeah.
looks just his build very similar to Khalil Mack.
He's
He's a hell of a lot taller than I thought.
Yep.
And remember him at Alabama. So he looks lankier than he was. And listen,
Adam Rank had Greg Braggs on. I believe it came out last night. It was actually
the great
pre-recorded.
Adam Rank.
Yeah, the great Adam Rank, our buddy.
Two friends. They didn't invite their friends on with them.
He was talking about Terrell Lewis, and with him being out there in LA, he was talking to some people in the Rams organization, and they were very bummed that Terrell Lewis just kept on getting dinged up, because they were extremely excited about him, and it just got to the point where he was nicked up so much. And for a 3rd round draft pick, you got to get a return. Like I said, it's performance over politics. You can't make the club in the tub. We've all heard that, and hopefully it's going to pay off for Chicago. I want to see.
I don't think Lewis has more bend than Mac, but we will talk about that in the season. Khalil Mack is a generational talent. When you watch that guy, obviously on this network, we used to debate that a lot with fans.
Not a dog to some. Not a dog to some, though.
We just look at that.
Some people don't like him.
That sheet. Where's his sacks?
Yeah,
he's getting triple teamed. It's like there's a chip every play for him. I mean, the dude is the legit. But I hope Lewis gets to that point. And if you're talking bend, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody bend like Robert Quinn did. I mean,
no, he was
on the ground.
He was flat. Yeah.
If he was in Hawaii at a luau, he would win limbo. That's how fucking flat.
Surprised that he's still out there. I know they're probably at this point. Well, I think this late in the process, he doesn't want anything to do with training camp, and that's probably going to be not even in week 1, because it's going to be that veteran policy. They bring him in after week 1, and then the salary is not guaranteed. It goes week to week after that. But the Bears were in on Justin Houston and Ngakoue. It really came down to those two. Honestly, if they had,
wanted Houston,
I would have signed both. Is what I say. I would have signed 2.
You would have went both.
Yeah, you have more than enough money. What's the downside of bringing in 2? But the point is, if you go back to what we talked about here earlier, the Bears wanted to see some of these young guys and where they were. You bring in 2, you probably don't see Travis Gibson have the game that he had. You don't see Terrell Lewis have the game that he had. They want to listen. What is one of the first things that Flu said when he came into this team? I have no problems playing young players and playing them a lot if they produce. So here we are. This is their opportunity. If they fall flat on their face, it's next man up. If Travis Gibson goes out there and falls flat, then it's Terrell Lewis's time to shine. If he gets hurt and doesn't make the team, we'll see. There's guys out there that are available and guys out there that are hungry, and it's Ryan Poles isn't done yet, guys. That's what I'm saying. This roster turnover is far from over. You could see it at edge. I think you're 100% going to see it on the offensive line, and I'm not so sure. You may not even see another move, potentially even at wide receiver, if the right guy springs free.
Running back, you got a deep running back room too. That something could happen there.
There's got to be something made at the returner position. There's got to be a move made there. I know Lucas was saying, how much longer of a leash does Velas get?
Well, you take him off punt return.
I just think he starts. Yeah. I was going to say Travis Scott starts for the Colts. Am I wrong? Like, should he not start? Should somebody else start?
Tyler?
Tyler Scott, not Travis.
Oh yeah, Tyler Scott should be the first punt returner out there.
Yeah, to me, it's like
Indy.
You had 2 games last year. We already know 2 games last year he blew for us. And then you go into the preseason and you think he looks better, and all of a sudden he has this same type of brain farts that he did last year. It's the leash is done. Like, there's no more to give. So for me, I'm like, Velas is on the bubble. Like, Velas is in danger of being cut.
Yeah, I have no problem with. Listen, put him out there. Let him be your kick returner, and let him concentrate on wide receiver. To me, the project of him as a punt returner, I've seen enough. He's doing all fucking off season. You heard about, he's on the jugs machine. He's getting under the ball, and then the first two fucking ones he lets hit the ground. Okay, so that's it. That's fine. You're exploding. He had a hell of a catch today in the joint practices. A deep ball down the sideline, made a hell of a catch. Concentrate on that. I like him at kick returner. See what he does. Let him be your gadget guy on offense. Get him in there. Punt returner, no, man. Listen. You're not going to get probably any big plays from Dante Pettis out there, but you know what you're going to get? You're going to get a guy that's going to get under the ball, and you're going to get consistency, and you're not going to get the turnovers. Yeah. And that's where I'm
tired. I don't know if it's Hightower's fault, personnel-wise, but it's been going on for years. You and I have talked about this. This stems way back even to John Fox. Find some fucking guy that is going to throw his hand up and run 20 yards and just catch the ball and save that field position. How many times? It was Tariq Cohen letting it drop. It's this guy letting it drop and it roll. Bayless has no trust. He has no confidence. He's Chuck Knobloch right now. He's got the yips, and he can't do that. Now, practice is one thing, get in the game and you get those nerves and that ball. As a punt returner, listen, I can tell you, it's not easy. It is not easy. You get a left-footed punter, the punt is going a different way. Get a deep punt going over your head. You got to know where you are and know the thing that bothered me most is that he let it hit the ground. And then he still had the fucking the stupidity of a high bounce is get away. If it bounced quick, then yeah, you could play it because you looked. But if you let it drop without getting the fair catch, as Shane and I were talking about, you're getting pissed at this guy. Like, just throw your hand up, run up, catch it, and you got the ball there. But he lets it drop. Then he makes the second bad decision. When it bounces over your head, you just get away and yell fire and tell your teammates to get away. He tries to go up and get, instead of, if you watch the rewind of it, the worst part, Ivan, is what's the rule? If the ball is high, you got to high point it.
Yeah,
he goes like this.
And then
bouncing high.
And then
just kind of trying to chest it. Yeah.
He's like to catch it right here.
Kind of cradle it.
I'm like, what world are we? This is the NFL? No, it's not for long. He can't be out there on punt return.
It's just a clueless. He looks clueless and helpless.
He was out there tonight during joint practice. They had him out there. Him and Pettis both.
It should
back
be
there,
Scott,
but on separate fields.
Pettis, and find someone else. Simba Webster.
He had a deep ball from Justin tonight too.
Get someone that's going to go out there. Stu Dog making me laugh. And not Charles Barkley. Terrible.
So Phil, not to get off of Halas quickly here, but this is the big debate that we had here at TTNL all off-season leading up to the draft was, offensive line, where they were going to go. And we were pretty much against the grain as a whole, namely, yourself, Cars, Ivan, and myself, in terms of looking at offensive linemen, looking at a Northwestern offensive lineman that was being praised throughout Twitterville and by everybody. I know Adam Hogue said that his tape was flawless. Well, we got to see him in some live action this past weekend against the Bears, and put up a little bit of tape here. And I just want you to talk about what TJ Edwards does to Mr. Northwestern here a little bit for me. Here we go. Number 53.
Oh, that's him, 77.
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing guard. First of all,
they have him exactly. Well, like what we said, where he would be.
Ivan, let's start there as we
He
talked about.
He was playing tackle too.
Yeah,
in this,
but they had to make guard.
Yeah, he's going to be a guard. 100%.
Play that again.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I wish you could. Can you pause or no?
No, that's not letting me.
So
I never get square. He looks like he was going. He looks like
so he's trying to reach.
Going that, yeah,
and he gets over his feet, and watch the line. Edwards delivers the fucking blow.
Let me
tosses his ass.
Let me do it this way, Phil, and I should be able to.
There you go. Yeah, now you can share it and pause it. There we go. Oh, you can even slow. It kind of skips when you share it like that for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh. Play it one more time. There we go. Look at him. He delivers the blow and just completely throws him off of him.
But that's
great
what
fill
we talked about
Sanborn.
all off season. And in the you could see it at very few
never
points
physical,
in the break. I never said, holy shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can go out there and you can see Darnell Wright and be physical and literally dominating top tier talent.
That's
Skoronski, you looked at it,
35-pound linebacker delivering the blow on him, knocking him ass over tea kettle right there to the ground.
60, 70 pounds, and he just goodbye.
Watch it. Finish it through or to the pull. And look at his bound. Like he is an athlete off the ground. Yeah. Let me just look because this gets me excited. Look at the note. Who is this? That's Justin Jones.
No, 93. 93
does a good job, and they hold him and tackles him, but he's penetrating there. See how he's grabbing his shoulder there?
Yep.
And look at Billings. So this play should be golden, but because Edwards destroys Skoronski, Sanborn's flow is perfectly into the gap. It's perfect. And listen, the Skoronski stuff, we called it from the get-go.
I called Phil a couple days after the game, and I'm like, have you watched Skoronski yet? And he's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, we just played the Titans. He's like, holy shit, I forgot I forgot all about him.
Once they're not a Bear, that's it. You just forget about them. But yeah, back.
Those were our concerns right there.
Listen, he can get better and stronger.
100%.
But right now, if we had that as a guard, you're worried. Now, people are worried about Nate Davis. He's out there now. Nate Davis's tape is great stuff. You will never see Nate get pushed like that. Nate will come up, fill square shoulders, and knock people back. And I'm not worried about Nate Davis right now. This is camp. Whatever's going on. I want to see him out there.
He's out there, and I said, I don't know, with it being his former team last week, I don't want to make bold proclamations when I don't know. But listen, end of the day, he's been in the league 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, right in that range anyway. You want him out there, of course, but the end all be all is you want him healthy, ready to roll versus Green Bay week 1. And I know fans and myself included, I want to see Chase Claypool out there. The Ryan Cox brought it up tonight when you saw the one-handed catch that DJ Moore had in joint practices today. After this weekend, I don't want to see DJ Moore out there. anymore. Why subject him to any more of it? Listen, it is what it is, and I know you can't play scared, but DJ Moore has nothing more to prove to me. I think I was having a conversation with look at my DMs. Oh, Dakota Harper, who has been a supporter of us for a long time, and he was upset that Deontay Foreman didn't get more run, and he was asking me if I thought if it was a mistake that Roschon Johnson was getting reps with the ones, and I'm like, what do I need to see from Deontay Foreman right now? Mm-hmm. He's been in the league 6-7 years. I don't need to see him running in a preseason game. I know who he is. He's proven who he is. He had a hell of a year last year in 8 or 9 starts. I don't need to see him getting a lot of. He's an NFL running back. I've seen him. Roschon Johnson, I want to see more of him.
Do you go? Would you rather it be, the rotation be Homer, Johnson, and Ebner? Honestly, I think Ebner might be gone. I think Ebner is going to be an odd man out.
It's very interesting. I don't know if he was. Did he practice today? That I didn't see that. I know he came out in the game with an injury, but he was getting reps with the ones pretty consistently in practice. So I thought that was very, very interesting. But listen, Travis Homer was my bear up last week that I thought could get out there. Now he didn't bust off any big plays, but the limited amount that I saw him, you can see
close.
The kid, yeah, he was.
That shoestring got twisted. He made a great cutback on that zone play. And he found the cutback and was about to break it, and he's still pissed about that because that would have been a big run.
Ciro has this, and this has been the thing. They said that Vrabel couldn't stand Nate Davis, and this is I think a lot of vets, they're like, I'm out there. Week 1 is my priority, not being in training camp practices. The way that I look at it is this philosophy of hits and how you're trying to build this locker room. You just gave this guy $30 million to come here, and he skips, OTAs, and today was his first padded practice of training camp. So I don't like that aspect of it, but overall, I want him healthy for week 1. So it's gonna be interesting, man, to see, with all of these guys. Tremaine Edmonds, is anybody expecting to see him in the preseason? No, of course not. Brad Biggs put out there that Flus is going to lose a lot of credibility because Flus said that none of these guys are in jeopardy of missing week 1. So he said if Edmonds misses week 1, then Flus loses credibility that he may never get back again. I'm like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing? So if he comes back in week 2, you're going to say, do you remember, you said he's not going to be, who the fuck cares? He's going to get out there. I don't need to see Tremaine Edmonds right now. He knows the defense. He's played in this defense. I know everybody gets excited and you want to see them out there, but get him healthy for week 1 versus Green Bay.
Yeah, the Nate Davis tape has told me all I need to know about Nate Davis. The whatever hiccup, I know Taylor Lewan, and I think someone posted that as well, was talking about some of the drama that some of the players weren't treated professionally under Vrabel. Vrabel might run a harder camp. I don't know. We're not there. But Nate Davis's tape says how good he is. So I'm going to give Nate the benefit of the doubt, whereas a rookie coming in or someone like Valus, they didn't earn that yet. Like their tape shows me concerns. So that's why you have to look at the big picture here. And like Shane said, some of these veterans come in and they're like, week 1, I'll be ready. I'm going to, I'm not playing a scrimmage here. I don't need that. Whereas others do. Nate's one guy that I could say I'm not concerned about. I'm really not.
And listen, I don't know if you got to watch his presser yesterday. He didn't.
No, I didn't get.
But this comes back to the Bears and the Bears PR and even Nate Davis himself. They didn't do anybody any fucking favors with the way that they handled that. Nate how are you feeling? You're going to have to ask the trainer. I mean, come on. Just fucking, how are you feeling, Nate? It's your body. You're the one feeling it. Why do I have to ask the trainer? Go out there. Or if that's the fucking case, Chicago, don't put him out there. To me, if I'm on the outside looking in, which I am, I feel like it's a situation where the Bears feel like he definitely should be out there, and they're putting pressure on him to be out there. So they threw him out there to the media to let them beat up on him a little bit with the questions.
I gotta watch this press
because it was very fucking awkward. It was
awkward.
Yeah, it was
awkward as fuck.
Yeah, and it was but guess what? He was at practice tonight. First one in pads. So again,
I just want to address my guy Bill Robbins here.
Yep.
Shane was putting up the play, not to jump on him, but to show that the tape never lies.
Yeah.
So this is what life is and analysis is. These were the things that were concerning us, and here he is.
Just ask Bill who his favorite college football team is.
Northwest.
Right. I'm pretty sure you caveat
dusting off his Darnell Autry jersey right now. He can still play.
Remember that Rose Bowl back in the 90s?
Nobody's killing Peter Skoronski. We just said he could be very good. We weren't on the bandwagon of calling him generational and absolutely clean and spotless on tape. None of us were here. I think we were the only network.
Network.
I liked them a little more than these guys, but even then, the tape never lies.
We turned you around.
Yeah, it's what
I still remember the moment.
Right,
you were like,
the tape up
Phil,
seeing it.
Shane,
it's done.
You were right.
Yeah, Van Ness. It was Van Ness that when he ran his ass over. I was like, oh man, that's just gonna be brutal
with one arm. And
with one arm.
See what TJ Edwards just did right there with one arm?
Yeah, exactly.
So Ben Ricketts, though, it's another one. Leatherwood, yes, he did play versus the Titans. I saw a lot of the same issues that with Leatherwood that he's always had. He's, you talk about Javon Dexter with his get off being slow. Leatherwood, it's when you move down, when you go inside to guard, your hand usage has to get even quicker on the inside.
True.
So he's inside and he struggles so much with his hand usage. And it was evident if you watch him. It's just, again, if you're building an offensive lineman from scratch, a lot of the physical attributes that Leatherwood has in terms of his arm length, everything like that. But
No. Skoronski ain't that guy. And he just wasn't. No. He just does. Listen, we can take our bow. We can do the reality of truth. That's really, unfortunately, what is going on nowadays. It's just short snippet clips, and people are trying to manipulate what they said. This network goes for 3.5 hours, and people forget what we said. But I know for a fact the things that you analyze on tape, you hope there's better. I'm never going to root against. Like, I want Dexter to be better than I ever thought he was. But I have my concerns about him, and they showed up week 1. It's week 1 of preseason. I'm not calling the guy a bust. I'm not saying cut him. I'm saying these are the concerns. I hope it gets better. It's the same thing with Skoronski.
They're in the long play with Javon Dexter. They know that his history and that he is 5 years into his football life. He's still extremely raw, and it's. I think they're, like I said, I think it's pretty clear they're into the long game on this. They're going to give him the opportunity to prove that he can't do it. Is he going to be perfect? No, but I think he's going to get opportunities. And I don't think anybody should be shocked if Zach Pickens has a more consistent year than Javon Dexter. But listen, part of it is taking guys that are not perfect and molding them and making them better. And a lot of times that doesn't happen in year one. Look at Akeem Hicks. Let's be honest. Akeem Hicks was a 3rd-round draft pick for the New Orleans Saints, and it did not work out there. He got traded because it didn't work out there. He got traded to New England. He flashed some, wasn't who Akeem Hicks was. He became a free agent. Ryan Pace signed him here in Chicago. He got some time, got some experience, and then the light went off. Now, you don't want it to take that long for Javon Dexter. He's 21 years old, hasn't been playing football that long. It's an investment. You have him right now, and he's going to play, but it's more so an investment in the future down the line for them to find that untapped potential.
I hope he improves. I don't see what other people saw. I didn't see the goal line stuff. I saw the linebacker make that play and Dexter fell on. So again, I just see this stuff.
Right.
99% of the time I'm right. So that's just my truth when I look at the tape. The get off is concerning, the stand up. I felt like later he played the good things about him. He got hurt, he got gassed, but went back in. He didn't say, I'm done. That's a good sign for me. He didn't quit.
Oh, and you could see on the field he was pissed.
Play. Yeah,
he was pissed.
Exactly.
I think under normal circumstances, I think he knew he was going to have to come out, and he said, "No, I'm not coming off this fucking field."
That.
And that's exactly.
I love that. That's something big to build on with Dexter.
100%. Just Bill Wagner put it in the chat. I should have started. This right here is so fucking true, and people get so fired up about it.
Too many blog boys.
Because if you're critical of a player, it doesn't mean that we're trashing them. We are telling you what we see. We could have had Adam Hogue on our airwaves and looked at the same exact tape of Peter Skoronski, and he very likely would have told you something completely different than what we saw. That is all a part of studying tape, studying players. Two people can look at the same piece of tape and have two wildly different outcomes on what they see. We were all in agreement here for the most part on Peter Skoronski. We never said that he's not going to amount to shit or that he sucks or that he can't improve. And if we're critical on a player, it doesn't mean that their career is over and, TTNL said he sucks. That's all there is. That's why you guys have heard me 100 different times say the biggest problem with social media and with people jumping in to tape breakdown when maybe they don't know exactly what they're doing is there's no middle ground. You're either Randy Moss or you're Earl Bennett. There's no middle ground. And there's a lot of middle ground in the NFL. Not everybody is going to be Randy Moss. Not everybody is going to be Earl Bennett. Not everybody is going to be Kevin White. It's just people have to figure that out. Not everybody's going to be an all-pro.
I've always said if you're breaking down tape, you really have to know how to understand offensive line play and responsibilities and all of that. If you're really and that's something you have to learn. I look up some of the tape that some of you fans have sent me, and I just shake my head because it's misinformation. And there's nothing that gets me more fired up than misinformation or surface level bullshit. That stuff, just don't do it. I'm not going to ask Claudio to go on TTNL and break down tape. Just not going to do it. We just wouldn't do that. So that's why we stand where we are, and we're highly critical of those that pretend and manipulate this stuff or flip-flop. Oh, I totally loved Javon Dexter. You'll never hear me say that. And you know what? No one would allow that because I am who I am, right?
Go back and watch day 2 when we kicked off our coverage.
Never flip-flop.
We kicked off our day 2 coverage. We had on Herb Howard And right before Herb Howard left, I'm like, I got to ask you about a guy. This is before day 2 started.
It was
like,
right before.
What's your
day
thoughts?
2.
What's your thoughts on a guy
We
like
had a
Gervon
special
Dexter?
show, actually.
Exactly. We did a
Remember
pop-up.
that. You can
Right.
go on the pop-up
We
show.
talked about it.
And we talked
and
about
we both had the same concerns. And it doesn't mean that he can't improve. It doesn't mean that he sucks. It means, guess what? Gervon's not where he needs to be. It's not just his get off, it's his fucking pad level. He needs to stay low. He's a tall guy. He's a big guy. If you're standing up straight, it's going to be over every fucking time.
I don't care if you're
Every
Richard
time.
C.
Right,
fucking Moore,
exactly.
who was one of the best I've ever seen do it. If he stands up, he's getting moved. That's what
Angelo
these
drops
offensive line.
If Angelo drops a chicken nugget, if he's low, where is he going to get to the chicken nugget quicker?
Low
if he's
man
low in
wins.
the stance, or if he's standing straight up? No.
What?
You have... But yeah, he's got to stay low. But that's what he does. He's
My
got
boy
so
Stu
much
Dog.
power, and he loses it all by going
Shane.
upright.
My father and I did a breakdown. I believe Ivan was there. I'm not 100%. Post draft on our Patreon, X's with the O's on Gervon Dexter and Zach Pickens. My father, I think one of the fans said it in here. My dad, this can be coached up, Phil. Gervon Dexter's get off and his pad level can be coached up. There is no denying the size and the strength of Gervon Dexter. So just like I am hard on Simo, the defensive line coach needs to do a fucking better job of getting this guy. He's not a 3 tech. Not yet. Because his pad level's too high.
Phil, can you hear me? This is your dad speaking. Can you hear me?
Oh my God. And I had to hear him because he was even on top of it. Like, I believe this kid could get to the point of being a dominant football player with the right coaching. That's what it is. And for me, the scheme was an excuse. It was an excuse. His scheme in Florida asked him, he's confused. Get
Phil,
down in your fucking stance.
He didn't
and
show it in
fire
his
the
first
fuck out.
preseason game, Phil. It's over.
Exactly.
It's over, bro.
He's
But we
done.
do have some breaking news.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Yo! I'm back. I'm sorry I'm late. I was having some pancakes. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. I love them. What's up, guys?
This guy. Why are you so cloudy, bro?
He is
I know
very
you're a little
cloudy.
blurry, bro.
I'm a little
got it.
blurry. I don't know what you want me to do.
It's a new
I'm at
computer.
It's all that smoke in the room. That's what it is.
Lighting in here.
Yeah, it's all the smoke.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
I know I will.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Oh
at
my
home.
God, I missed.
Oh
I
my
forgot
God.
about that one.
There's other people here that can hear this, so I
Oh,
do not smoke weed. I don't know what you're talking about.
did they want to come on air so we can?
Have they ever? They've never been on.
One of them might want to say hi. Where is she? There she is.
Is this,
They,
Yeah.
this isn't the one that I talked about on air, is it?
No.
Oh, this is
All right.
Alicia. Look at her.
15-year-old
She's
Alicia.
growing
Look.
up.
Yeah.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi, Phil.
How are you?
What about
I'm good
the
at showing
rest of us,
football.
Alicia? You're not gonna say hello to the rest of us?
She knows there's
Oh,
only
yeah.
one star here.
Shane,
Hi, Shane.
Ivan.
Hi,
Hello.
Ivan.
What's up?
She's Bill. She is a cheerleader for the Sheehan Titans.
Oh
Nice.
my God.
I know.
The crosstown rival.
I know our crosstown. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I can't. Got
Gotta
We
get her
grew
some
up.
TTNL
That was our
swag.
rival. No, do Do you have any TTNL swag for her, Claudio?
Oh, she wears my stuff all the time. I got to send a picture. Adriana had the first class for Nicola shirt on. They're always stealing my shirts.
Yeah. How do you feel about your dad? Does he actually share with you guys every time he flies? He flies first class.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd be flying first class.
That's
This guy you guys flew to Italy. Now he's got to bring you to Chicago to see a game, right?
Yeah.
I've asked her, but I think she's gonna come maybe this coming up one. We'll see.
Yeah.
She's gonna be at the TTNL tailgate party when we
Yeah.
come to Illinois, Shane.
Yeah, we'll be there. For what, the 8th time or 10th time or
we've been there every year. For the last
every year.
TTNL and before. So we're
All
gonna
right.
have a
Okay.
TTNL
Bye, guys.
party. Good
See ya.
seeing you. Look at that.
Yeah.
TTNL
Claudio,
Claudio.
is that Coke Zero off to your left there?
Yes, it is Coke Zero. You got an eagle eye.
Phil, you
Eagle eye.
got to go check your fridge, Phil. I was texting Claude when you were on your way home from practice. He's like, fuck, he's going to be here? Holy shit, I got to go. And he grabbed one out of the fridge and got out of there.
No, I had to come on and help you guys out, you know. This chat, listen, this chat is popping. We have 530 people. I mean, that's a lot of people. That's great.
Throw some likes, smash the like button, throw your questions in there. I want to shout out a few people. Pascal Johnson, George Christopher, Keith Riggle, Heidi Yerbick. Which game y'all coming to? Well, we're going to announce that coming up soon. The next couple of weeks. I saw somebody, can you predict the season? I never really do that stuff. I never really
we're
do
going to
that.
have,
We definitely are going to do some bold predictions. Though.
Yeah, you can. Well, Pub Art, we have a guest coming, not tonight, but you locked in Mr. Vegas himself. So we'll have some over-unders, and I'm sure that'll be a part of it.
We're going to do a lot of
Mr. Maley's coming back. Yeah.
Brett Maley.
Where is it?
All right.
Jeepers.
Jeepers
Creepers.
creepers.
Okay.
Gotta play it.
Creepers.
It's towards the end.
There it is.
Jeepers creepers.
Yeah. Well, you never know, Jose. A lot of people try to sound clip you and misrepresent. TTNL, the tape never lies.
I'm not smart.
Numbers
Not
lie.
smart.
Sometimes Greg brags lies.
He was telling the truth there.
He was telling the truth there, though.
Angelo, do you remember Greg Braggs?
No.
Clean shaven Angelo.
Clean shaven Angelo. The last.
But yeah, man, it's gonna
Travis Bell.
Yeah,
Oh, what
Travis
did you
Bell.
want?
No. I was gonna go in there. You know, listen, when we're talking about the little things, I brought this up on BHL. You know, just one thing that I noticed, and I was listening to a couple of different podcasts today, recapping the show. And you can't undersell things like this. He went out there, he made a play when he got on the field, and the sideline erupted. That is extremely important. That means that he is having an impact with his teammates and that they were overjoyed to see. You see guys out there making plays. You don't see the defensive line, like if whoever goes out there and makes a play, and that position group. I mean, you saw Justin Jones' reaction when Travis Bell went out there and got that sack. To me, that means he's not only handling his business on the field, he's showing these vets off the field and in practice and in the classroom and just in everyday life that he's making an impact there. And that speaks volumes. First draft pick out of Kennesaw State, Phil, you can speak to it as a coach. When you're having an impact with guys like that, now, is he going to be locked in and make this 53-man roster? Who knows? It's up in the air right now. We don't know. We're talking about
that's a great first step on Travis Bell.
Exactly.
any
just like with
fucking
Travis
person-
Gibson, he's got to go out there and do it
Yes.
again this week.
It wasn't just one play with Travis Bell.
Nope.
It was a bunch of plays. It was consistent effort. The things we saw on his tape at Kennesaw State that we broke down here on this channel and telling you, listen, I remember our guy, one of our guy that I still have nightmares about is John Randall being undrafted. Everyone forgets that. John Randall was undersized, undervalued, Hall of Famer, and one of the most if I was picking a team, John Randall over Warren Sapp, John Randall over who's the other one? I just had him in my head. Fuck. John Randall. I forgot who other. Well, Warren Sapp or John Randall. I'm taking John Randall. Give me anybody. And John Randall, the only guy that I've seen that has been more dominant inside than John Randall has been Aaron Donald. And John Randall was my comp for Travis. Travis is thick. Travis is quads and legs and his hustle. Travis Bell has a lot of things that I like. And for you to sit there and say, well, he's playing against some guys that are going to be working at McDonald's, that whole Mike North thing, it's just disrespectful to recognizing that all of these guys are fighting for their jobs. So you might get a guy that might not make it in the NFL, but is fucking playing with everything he has, giving you the best ability he's ever given. Just look at the truth of what you saw on tape with Travis Bell. And I'm not saying it because he was on this show, because we have players that come on the show to talk about it. Just listening to this kid. Go back. It's right down there. Subscribe to TTNL and go watch the interview with this kid. And before he's going to his first rookie mini camp, he's on the air with us. Sure, the Bears PR department was pissed about it, but the reality was
the integrity. He had integrity, though.
Right.
He had that integrity.
And
man.
he was
Like,
late.
He could have just said, fuck these guys.
Tommy Harris.
Hey,
would
Mo, real
never
quick,
be close
go
to-
check your DM on Twitter. Mohammed, I just sent you a DM on Twitter. Go check it. Go ahead.
John Randall over Tommy Harris all day.
Oh, yeah.
It's not close. It's just the reality of watching. I mean, I remember meeting Todd Perry, former Bears offensive guard out of Kentucky, and we spoke for we had dinner. We spoke for like a good hour and a half. And all he talked about was not only was John Randall undersized and the strongest human being he'd ever gone up against, and Todd Perry was huge. I mean, he was strong, like country hay, fucking throwing hay, fucking stacks, strong, whatever you call those things, barrels,
Hay bales.
Hay
Bales.
bales, bales of hay. He's like, John, the only thing stronger on Randall was his mouth. He never stopped talking the whole game, and he would get in your head. And our friend of the show, Chris Zorich, he'll tell you, it's like John Randall, what he did. He's in the Hall of Fame, for God's sake, undrafted. But that's what kind of talent I believe this kid has. And hopefully he shows it. Thanks, Ken. Bales. I wanted to know the spelling, too. I didn't know if it was A-L-E-S.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted a spelling bee, too, Phil.
No, in my head, you got it right. Is it B-A-I-L-S or E? Anyway. So that's a great comparison.
Logan should have tweeted that. I would have brought him up for dumbest tweet of the week, even though I love Chris Zorich.
I take Zorich the person over John Randall every day.
All right. Day. Want some more breaking news here, gentlemen?
Yes.
Well,
Always
Breaking news. The tape never lies. Network breaking news.
I was hoping it would work out perfect. We have a guest, but he doesn't have his video turned on yet. He's sitting in the must be eating some of the shrimp cocktail.
the shrimp cocktail.
He's got to agree to turn on the video on his device, but
once you get that video up there, we can get you. Or
Well,
send him
I'll just throw this up real quick before he comes on. Anthony wants to do some drops for us. Said it would be
Anthony
fun.
Anthony P.
Wants to do drops.
Right.
I don't know. We might get Bayless Jones to just come on and do the drops.
Do the drops.
Yeah.
Look at you, Claude.
Bales. He's correcting. Someone look up Google. What's the correct spelling of Bales? Jessica Bales? A-L-E-S, like Sean says, or is it A-I-L-S? Brian Chambers is in the house. What's up, Brian? What's up, man? I missed this dude. How's he doing? It is Bales.
Bales, B-A-L-E-S.
All right, so who was it that was wrong up there? Oh, Jeremy, you also deserve credit because you corrected it first. So it is. Sean, you were right. And we can't get our guest video up there, Shane.
He's efforting. Well,
he's efforting.
See how it is.
Does he have his camera on?
I don't. You have to. Once you get the link, you have to. It asks you to, if they
share.
Yeah, if you can use. I see he's bouncing in and out, but
Lucas's wife. Where's that one comment? Hold on. There's one comment I want to bring up. Brandon Daniels. My girl is watching with me too. He doesn't even shout his girl's name. Brandon. What's her name? So we could shout her out. Come on,
Well,
Brandon.
maybe
You got to do it right.
You want to bring him in just so he could talk and he's not on camera? You know?
Try it. Maybe so you can.
If you could please talk to him.
Hey Mo, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, we can't see you,
Mo. Are you in the
gotta-
dark? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Do you have a lap? Do you have access to? You have access
What the
to
hell
a
is
laptop?
going on out there?
No,
No.
no,
so
I
when
need
you-
my
Here we're
truck.
delayed.
Yeah, I'm on the road. So
Oh, he's on the
Oh, okay.
road.
So when you
Road
click that
again.
link, close out everything and then open it back up. And when you click on that link that I sent you and try to enter the studio, it's going to ask you if StreamYard can use, open up the video on your device, and you just have to agree to that, and it should turn it right on for you.
I'll try it again. All right, I'll try it again.
Listen,
I promise when you're not here, we won't make fun of you at all.
Oh, I was hoping he would give me a horn on this truck. Hannah. I wonder, is it his wife? What are the odds that it's his wife, Hannah Daniels, or is it? I'm not going to put your government, but shout out to you, Hannah.
Yeah.
She loves the show. We
Spell her
love
name
people
backwards.
that love the show.
What's her name spelled backwards, Claude?
Hannah.
Look at that guy.
Good
genius
job,
over there.
Claudia. You did it. You win a darkness retreat with Muhammad and Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. You get a cross-country trip with Muhammad in his big truck.
I gotta give Windy City Twins.
Uh-oh, Claude, we got somebody leaning in over there trying to pretend like we don't see her. Who is it in the orange shirt? She just left. She's scared.
My wife, Melissa, she's shy.
Oh, Melissa.
Come on,
what up?
Melissa.
Home from work.
Does she
There she
remember
is.
meeting me?
Look.
Unlike you, Claude.
Melissa, do you remember Shane at Modern Pizza?
She remembers.
Yes, she remembers, she said.
Yeah,
I think.
Claudio's like, I can't wait.
Claudio's
to meet
the
you.
only one who forgot. that
I'm
Shane was
I'm
there.
still waiting to meet you, man. I'm
We
still
had
waiting.
dinner for 3 hours. Dinner for 3 hours. It's fine. It's cool.
Do you remember who paid for the bill that night, Claudio?
I do.
Yeah, Stanlin and
That's
us.
right, Claudio.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Shane was nice enough to pay for the bill when Braggs came out.
That's right. And
Yeah. And then
Braggs
when
did
Braggs
what?
found out that I was paying, he went back and got
He
one to take
ordered
home with him.
Oh,
Real quick,
we're gonna
can I
to
get
go.
one to go?
Hold up, hold the bill. Can I get one to go?
Eddie, what do you want? Should we take one home for Addison?
Oh man, I'm having fun with you fans tonight, talking Chicago Bears. If you were at training camp today at the joint practice, reach out to Shane, send him a DM. We'll get you on the air to talk about some of the things you might have seen over there at the joint practices. Oh, look at this.
There he is.
Is this Muhammad? Is this fucking Alex Leatherwood over here? Oh, there he is.
Oh, where did he go? Oh,
What
someone
happened?
jinxed it. He was there.
Mo, we had you.
Greg Braggs pulled the plug on it. I
Yep.
don't know. Mo, can you hear us?
I'll text him the link.
No, there he is.
There he is.
Guys.
How are you,
What's going
Mo?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How
Are
you
you
guys
driving in a truck right now?
No, I was about to go to bed after the show. I'm just
Keeping you on.
delivered
We're putting
a
you
little-
on the show.
See,
No,
we're
I was gonna
very
stay up.
we're very interactive here. Mo put a comment in there that it's his dream to come on with us, so I'm like, I'll hook him up. But where are you traveling to now, Mo?
I'm gonna go to back home tomorrow.
Nice.
Back
All
home.
right,
To
where are
Columbus.
you? Are you
Maryland.
at?
Maryland.
Oh, you're in Maryland
I
right
just
now.
came from Hartford, Connecticut too.
You didn't reach out to me?
I saw your video a couple days ago when you said come by, but
Yeah.
I had to drive to Maryland, so I couldn't. I saw your video.
Hey, anytime you want to come by when you're in this area,
Are you in
let me
Hartford?
know. I work in Hartford, but I'm outside. I'm right in the middle of the state. Don't worry, I'll take care of you, Mo, when you come through. I got
Next
some
time, for sure.
TTNL swag for you too.
No, for sure. Next time.
All right. It's your dream to come on with us. So now you're here. We're
I'm
making
here.
dreams
I wish I
come
was
true.
there, Draft. I
Mohammed,
wish I was there for the. Yeah.
What's up, bro? Hey, what's your
going on?
favorite drop?
Claudio cuts them off.
I thought
My
Claudio was going to
favorite
say, yeah,
What's your
Muhammad,
favorite
have you seen The Matrix, Muhammad?
What was the question?
No, I
What
said,
was
what's
your favorite drop?
Favorite
My
drop on TTNL, yeah.
Yeah, the drops
No.
that we put on the show.
Oh.
Unless that dragon was fucking a goat.
Huh? That shit's hilarious. That shit, he was pissed off. And nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's
is
it.
nope.
Nope. Oh, I fucked up.
Claudio
That's
fucked it up again, Mo.
Nope.
Don't worry.
Nope. This is football, baby.
So man, I fucked up, but for sure.
TTNL on the draft, Justin.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I started watching it.
Yeah,
That's
that was
when you first came to us, right?
That was an epic night. I traded my son to the Giants that night, live on air. If you guys remember, when I saw that, Cars did the Bears are on the clock. Probably the most iconic audio drop in the history of TTNL. When Cars did that.
You guys should have cut when Shane said, I think it was Steve that said something about my hands, and then Shane was like, I know what I'd be doing with my hands right now. If I wasn't on TV.
That's Shane. He's a bit of an asshole, I've heard. But
I rewatch episodes all the time. Like
Really,
all the time.
bro?
Especially the good moments, like the Steelers game,
yeah,
the Lions game, the first one, when he first started against the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shit, I have beef with Phil.
You have beef with me?
Yeah, I have beef with you.
Go ahead. What?
My guy JSN. He's gonna prove you wrong. He's gonna prove you wrong. I know he will.
Listen, I have never. This is what I want to clear up for you, Mohammed.
Yeah.
JSN, I believe, will be a good player.
Yeah.
I just don't ever want him being drafted at 9 for the Bears. And I wanted an offensive tackle from Tennessee. And I got what I wanted. See? Polls agreed with me here because I felt like you got what you needed in DJ Moore, and it would be a huge error to listen to all the blog boys wanting wide receiver again.
Okay,
No.
we keep it 100, right, Phil? We keep it
Yep.
100.
Keep it
right?
100.
I
Yes.
still remember you saying everybody wants JSN after one good year that he had, and he didn't play the last year. Remember you said that?
Absolutely.
Right.
That was another concern that I had with him, is that he had sat out that whole season leading up to this draft.
So
And
was that because of the injury, or you just didn't think he could do that again?
I think the injury, number one. Number two, he's going into the NFL. And his size, I believe he is a number 2 receiver or 3. I don't think he ever said to me, I'm a number 1 dominator. And if he gets to that point, maybe it'll be in the slot that he will dominate.
Yeah, I think he's strictly slot. Because Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave were there, and he ate in slot. So he would be a great slot player.
So ask it this way then, Mo. If, let's say, if we rewind time and the Bears are on the clock at number 9, knowing what you know right now, are you drafting JSN over Darnell Wright?
No.
There you go. You're with me, Mo.
No, it wasn't more. I just thought you were dogging him. That was it. That's it.
Yeah, that's why we were saying this tonight. Is like we want people to, like, because there's so many short snippet people out there that, you know, reels and short clips and sound bites. TTNL talks long. That we do a long show. We've had people tell us a 3-hour podcast at that time will never work, and it did. And we go on here. We don't have a commercial break. You know, when Cherie would do the reads, that's about it. But we're all here. We're not leaving the studio. But the point was for you is that the analysis that went behind JSN, and I believe that Charlie Jones, if I was looking at the slots and what I wanted, I would have taken Charlie Jones. I've never hidden. I believe in Charlie Jones of what he was doing. And based on the injury coming off, I had concerns of JSN. And that's where my stand was. He still was in my top 10 receivers, but he just wasn't that guy. But top 10 is something special for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tupac isn't in my top 20 rappers, right?
Okay, I can't talk to you then. All right. He's not in your top 20?
He is not.
Top of your fucking class.
That's just retarded.
We're going to go in like 2 weeks. I'm going to break down right before the season my 20 best MCs of all time.
So who's your number 1? Who's your number 1?
Oh, I can't reveal that now. I got to go down 20, 19. You're going to have to wait for that show. That's like giving away the greatest gift on Christmas Eve. I don't do that.
Tupac is number 1 for me.
Oh, my God. You're going to want to tune in that night, Mo.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mo.
I understand what you guys are saying. Like
Herb Howard backed him up on that, remember?
A bunch of people backed me up in the hip-hop industry.
I don't know. That's not my cup of tea.
But go ahead, Mo. What were you saying?
I understand what you guys are saying. You know Twitter. I'm like all into Twitter. The one thing okay, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
The one thing I fucking hate is when people say we messed up by not taking Jalen Carter.
Oh yeah.
That
Well,
is
listen,
like they don't.
Oh my God.
His first play the other night, his first snap,
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he knocked the guy down, and then everybody went all in. And it wasn't about Jalen Carter. It was about Chicago fucking up the draft, all because of one play. And this is what we're talking about. It's that short attention span with people. And listen, let's be honest. There's concerns with Jalen Carter on the field that we've shown everybody on tape, but that's not where the concerns start. What's going to happen in November, December? What's going to happen when the season's over? There's concerns with Jalen Carter off the field. Also, that's a part of it.
What happens if he gets a big
is what it is.
contract? He's not going to care no more.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, no, that's
Well,
those things
the
all
fourth
have to
quarter, how is he going to play when he's gassed? Is he going to? Those things weren't worth the risk. So those fans that have said it, I mean, we've dedicated hours to analyzing. I'm dead ass serious. Hours, weeks of analyzing Carter. And we knew because it was such a hot topic that we had to show it on film and show the reality of why the things were concerning. And if you are a patron, you can go in there and look at well before the draft, showing you why Jalen Carter was a no-no and why I liked Cansey at the 3 technique, why Shane and I and Ivan, my father, all liked, obviously. Now he's with the Packers, Van Ness, and certain things. But we all broke down, and I know you followed it, the offensive lineman.
Yeah, it's not even about him. Even if he didn't have character issues, Justin is the main priority right now. Like, you have to protect him. And
Absolutely.
all those, I wouldn't call it excuses. I have faith in him, but you don't want those. Like, if you're evaluating him this year, you don't want to say that he didn't have an offensive line.
Right.
And if we get another quarterback next year, he'll be taken care of because he'll have a right tackle. So,
yeah, you always want to build the lines. That's what the Philadelphia Eagles have done. That has awarded them the opportunity to take what I call a screwball. There's an opportunity that it's going to be thrown and it's going to fall into the dirt. There's also opportunity it's going to be falling right into the mitt and be a perfect pitch. That's the risk that you're going to take with Jalen Carter. And the Chicago Bears weren't in a position to do that with that football player. And Ryan Poles came out and said exactly what we were saying. That's why I take a lot of pride in this stuff, because I'm happy that I have a GM that's doing the work and is trusting his assistant GM to back up what it was. Almost like Shane and I. We don't agree on everything. There's no gimmick here. So if we don't agree, it's going to be a debate. I'm not going to let it go. So
all right, let me ask you guys a question. If Jalen Hurts didn't have the offensive line, is he getting that contract this year?
No, because then he's getting sacked and the story is changed. That's how important the offensive line is. It's a great question. And people will try to say, yes, he would. No. If he's not protected, he would not be the story that he is. The reality is the offensive line has been a joke in Chicago. And people promoting Jatari Carter played really good. No, he did not. He was terrible at guard. Obviously.
Switch Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields. Is Jalen Hurts doing what Justin Fields did last year in Chicago?
I don't think Jalen Hurts is the athlete. Justin Fields
he's
no
definitely
way.
not the athlete. No.
Yeah. No, he could not do those.
I mean,
runs.
he can bust off some runs. He's not like that Miami run.
Oh, the
Justin
Detroit
Matter,
run.
the Detroit run. Yeah,
Fucking
it's
Detroit
not,
run.
That's
Oh
not
my
who
God.
he is, but
For a 5-week stretch last year, just like the Bears were leading the league in scoring.
right.
I don't think that if Justin is on the Eagles, I think he would have been MVP, in my opinion.
Yeah, they talked
Just
about that a little bit. They talked about that. Who was it? Somebody was talking about that
Orlovsky?
specifically today. If you go back and you look at the Bears versus Eagles game last year and you switch the quarterbacks, if you put Justin Fields on the Eagles and put Jalen Hurts on Chicago, they think it's they think that the offensive production from Philadelphia would have still been where it was with Justin, but they don't think that Chicago would have probably scored 10 points with Jalen Hurts under the
This is why
circumstances.
you follow this network
But-
and you
but-
watch this. The offensive line,
But let's not
in
forget,
Chicago's terrible last
you
year.
have to look at,
Terrible.
yeah, the roster, the offensive line, the wide receivers, all of that stuff matters. And that's when we talk, you just getting back to Jalen Carter, that's why he made sense for Philly. Let's just go out and say he has a mundane rookie year. That's not going to kill Philly. Philly's got that locker room. They got those vets. Fletcher Cox can go up to Jalen Carter and tell him to go fuck himself, and nobody on that team's going to care about it.
This is a
Jalen
great
Carter
comment right here.
Carter comes to Chicago. The day that he walks in the door, his contract is going to dictate that he's the fucking man on that defensive line. You think Justin Jones is going to walk up to him and tell him to go fuck himself?
No.
It's not going to happen. And never, just the fit alone, the Bears were not in a position to bring that to
He's
Chicago
talking about
right now.
Hurts. He's talking
Oh,
about
no.
Hurts.
I know.
Oh,
I know, but I said to go back to Carter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You jump back to Carter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was
No,
caught
I
up in all of
agree,
this.
and
I like the what ifs, but it gets crazy because John Santino, I agree. If Fields was on the 49ers, I think they do win the Super Bowl
This
because
is
of
what I
what he
believe.
could do.
This is what I believe, just in general in the NFL. It's all about the situation you're put in. I don't think if Patrick Mahomes was not with Andy Reid, I don't think where he is today. He would not be this
He
good.
doesn't get $500 million.
Yes. I don't think so. He would be good, but I don't think he would be like winning these Super Bowls. Imagine if he went to the Chicago
That one's a
Bears.
tough one because he's an outlier that I've never. What Patrick Mahomes is able to do is very, very special. I have not seen this kind of arm accuracy, velocity. John Elway had an arm like this, but to be athletic in an area off kilter and throw like it's just crazy. So to your point, I agree with you. I agree with you. It is tough. I think Patrick Mahomes is an outlier because even with Matt Nagy as his quarterback coach, he's able to overcome that. But I hear what you're saying. I definitely always have said, would Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers if the Bears drafted him? And you'd go, no, he wouldn't.
Right.
Well, at that time, I was in Canada, so I was not watching NFL. So
Nobody's perfect,
we're
Mo.
glad you're here.
But I appreciate you guys bringing me on, man.
Yes, I appreciate
problem,
you
man.
jumping
The
on.
truth.
Thank you so much, Mo. We appreciate you. Next time you're in Connecticut, just holler at your boy. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Glad you're feeling better, and he's going to be a TTNL patron here once again pretty quick.
Yeah.
Mo said so.
Yeah, you guys don't know, but I told Shane, but I fractured my toe, so I've been on the shelf for like a month. So.
Oh man. I used to laugh like
He
when
came back
people
quicker
said,
than JSN did with a pulled hammy, though. I tell you that.
Okay, you guys are gonna lose me. All right, don't talk about JSN. You're gonna lose me.
We'll watch JSN's career, but I love you, Mo. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for jumping
Love
on
you
with
guys,
us.
man.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
bro.
Thank you.
Take care.
Mo,
Safe travels, man.
Hamid.
No problem. I'll be in here. I'll be watching the rest of the show. But
All right.
All right, bro.
Later, bro.
See the great Mo.
Mo.
Drive safe. Mo money. Mo Mooney, Claudio.
Yeah.
Mo Mooney getting money, hopefully. Hopefully Mooney gets the money. But I agree, Rekka M. Microphone Rekka.
So Josh Schrock,
yes,
who's on the Under Center podcast.
Shout out to them.
Yep.
I love those
Said
guys. We gotta get Schrock on this show. Can we reach out to him?
He's got a dope Twitter handle, Schrock and Awe. I always thought that was a good use of the last name. They had Danny Parkins on with him and Kenneth Davis and Josh Schrock, and they were talking about
Danny Parkins though. But go.
No, they were talking about Justin Fields, and they're Danny Parkins is a huge believer in Justin, and he had Justin, if he stays healthy, down for 3,500 passing yards and 900 rushing yards this year, which is a massive season. But they were talking about some other players, and Danny Parkins and Josh Schrock both said they will be absolutely stunned and floored if the Chicago Bears do not extend cornerback Jalen Johnson.
Really?
Both of them said it.
I would be stunned if they do.
Yeah,
I'm on the other island.
They did come around and say maybe that they don't think that they would let him even test the market, that they would definitely franchise him to keep a hold of him and, negotiate with him. But I just thought that was interesting that they both.
That would be
that.
something I'd talk about with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the two rookies and obviously Kyler Gordon taking step.
Talk about a kid that's stepped up, and that's, like I said, you want to see that trend continuing. But you talk about that nickel spot, Phil.
Yeah.
Playing inside and how critical it is to this defense. It's a big deal. Eberflus's guy from Indy, Kenny Moore. You don't have to look too far. That was, a guy that, was discovered in Indy and has made an impact. But man, Kyler Gordon, I don't think for the way that he has played. I mean, he's not only covering a lot of area, he's destroying people.
Yeah, he came to hit.
Yeah.
He came to hit. Again, my first coaching point would be mom getting upset with me because I'm coaching her son correctly in punching the ball out. When you have that receiver you're just gaining ground on them easily, you don't go for the kill shot. You go for the peanut punch.
Yep.
And if he did that, just punch through that football, it would definitely be a turnover. I love the aggression. I see the personality of that Spider-Man that he talks about, and his dancing performance. I mean, we broke down his tape. I still remember that play against Michigan that he was just, and again, this is the first scrimmage, but next to Gibson, I thought he was one of the, I'm blowing, our segment up if we want to do bear up, but Kyler Gordon's ability, he did one bad thing aside from the, on a toss play, he just walked. He was like waiting for somebody else to make a play. And then from there on out, someone must have gotten his ass because he just started balling out. And that's what you want to see. It's a premium position, the nickel corner. I've always argued that here at this network. It's so important for leverage and for that contain. When you have any kind of stunt, you need a nickel that's going to be willing tackler, blitzing. You know, think about our history even with Lovie Smith and that nickel blitz, being able to get home and strip that ball out, creating an opportunity for your
Remember,
offense.
they invested in it. You remember the trade
Oh,
for
yeah.
Ricky Manning. You know what I mean?
Manning. There was
with
another
Carolina.
one too. What was the other one we did? There was another nickel that they got, but Ricky Manning was big. I know they signed the kid, ended up fucking being terrible. Hayden, right?
Oh, Calvin Hayden.
Kelvin Hayden ended up killing us in that 49ers game that was the birth of, what was his name? Colin Kaepernick. That game. Hayden killed us at the nickel. Who was the other nickel? It's Ricky Manning Jr.
The kid from Wake Forest. DJ Moore.
There, DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore again. Yeah.
Remember DJ Moore?
Was he Wake Forest or was he was he Georgia Tech?
Vanderbilt.
Or that's what it was, Vanderbilt. Okay. Yeah, he got in the fight. That was with Matthew Stafford.
Stafford grabbed him.
Yeah, he did.
And totally tried to throw him down. So he is being twisted. I still remember this. And he grabs Matthew and says, "Fuck you, dude. I'm not." And
you could have been thinking about the
kid
that went to Denver though too. Was always injured. Bryce Callahan.
Oh, Bryce Callahan was
another UDFA
corner. Yeah,
undrafted.
But I think it was the major sign was probably. I thought there was another one at nickel, but Ricky Manning. That really helped that defense become what it was.
He brought that attitude. To that defense that had a lot.
Remember, we had the scare right after we signed him. It was fucking Denny's. Denny's whole
laptop. Yeah.
Oh my! What's his name? He's now on the NFL Network. The fuck's his name? The Jacksonville running back.
Oh, Maurice Jones-Drew.
Maurice Jones-Drew, him, and Ricky Williams at a Denny's. You're gonna get him suspended. They fought some nerd. Everybody's talking shit. It was like, oh my god. Anyway, that's back then. Some of you remember that.
So this
Buster Screen and White. Now he's in fucking big water, writing bad checks and shit.
Yeah, he was
taking
some money out of banks, but. So this is off topic a little bit, but I know some people have DM'd me, and I feel I texted you the other night about it because I forgot that it even came out until my son texted me from Prague to ask me about it. But Madden 24 is out, and I went through the Bears roster, and one thing that I looked at, I went to see Roschon Johnson, and what would you think that Roschon Johnson's overall speed on Madden 24 is?
76.
79.
No, 86, which is one of the lowest.
86?
Which is one of the lowest, speed for running backs. Like David Montgomery was when he came out.
Yeah.
He was one of the lowest ranked speed, running back speeds. But Roschon ran like a 4.58. I believe David Montgomery was like a 4.6, 7 or some shit. It was bad.
No, he was a 4.68, something like that.
But
wait, so his was 86. What was Roschon's David Montgomery's? Finished
87.
Oh, Roschon is lower
with a faster 40 time. Yeah, and
that's bad.
Roschon was 4.58.
Yeah, 4.58. Yeah.
4.58.
Let me check Monty.
I was 0.2 of a second faster than Roschon.
Oh, you were a 4.6 guy?
4.5. 4.5.
Oh, you said faster? You were faster? Oh, I'm calling bullshit on that, aren't you, Ivan? I
ran a 4.54.
That shit at Hofstra.
Ivan's faster than me.
David Montgomery ran a 4.63.
4.63.
I thought it was 4.68. Dude, I ran a 4.56.
That shit at Hofstra be having a slant, I said.
Hell no. We had to run at the Nassau Coliseum. made us go over there. And you had to run on this the hockey rink was like there, but there was no ice, obviously.
We love you too, Cherie.
Love you, Cherie.
Cherie. Love you guys. Anyway, living my glory days.
Jose running the 4-2 to Taco Bell. I believe it.
After Taco Bell.
After Taco Bell, he's running a 3-4 to the bathroom. That's where he's going.
So let's go back here, looking at some of the standouts in the roster. Do you want to do Bear up?
Yeah, we'll do it. I think we can turn the page on the Titans game. Let's do it like we did. Let's do it like we did last week. Let's have a little bit of fun. We'll each pick a Bear up for week 2 of the preseason, and then we'll each do a Bear down for somebody that
let's set the tone. So Bear up is somebody we feel like is going to shine in the game.
Yes. Yep.
Bear down is someone that we feel like needs to step up in this game.
My Bear up last week was Travis Homer. Now, he didn't bust out. I saw some things that I liked, but my Bear down was PJ Walker, and I think that held up, and it continues to be, a very worrisome, predicament for me. I know he's been around in the league. What is he, 29, 30 years old?
I was excited about this guy.
First pass, man, came out, threw a pick tonight. Again, first pass in 7-on-7, picked off. And to me, like I said, if it gets to the point where Justin is out, your season's very likely in the shit can anyway. And do I want to see them trotting out Nathan Peterman? Do I want to see them trotting out PJ Walker? No, if you get to that point and Fields' season is over, I would rather put a young guy out there. You take your fucking lumps that way and let him develop and see what you have. PJ Walker is who PJ Walker is. Hopefully he goes out there and balls out. But
yeah, I'm hoping he does.
I'm excited to see Bagent, man. In his limited amount of time, I saw some things that I'm absolutely excited about.
He came around, squared his shoulders, but had to direct the ball. I mean, you just saw the natural talent on the kid. Again, I hope we don't see the Mark Trestman, John Foxes, and Matt Nagy's of the world where, now Bagent doesn't even sniff a fucking series this week.
Nah, I think that they
would
gave
be
you
a huge letdown.
I think they gave you a tip of the cap tonight at joint practice when he went out there. He went out before Peterman.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So I mentioned it earlier, but so I think that like I said, the kid's got a ways to go, but the limited amount of time that we saw him.
Talked about this kid.
Yeah, I wanted the Bears to
way
draft
back
him
in the draft time, and I
Luke
remember
Getsy had him.
in
Luke Getsy had him at the Senior Bowl. He was with him for the week, so that makes sense. He saw something in the kid, and obviously got that info to Cunningham and Poles, who were down there also, and they obviously see something in the kid. And
it's about fucking time. It's about fucking time that you start looking at. I mean,
seriously,
seriously,
we've talked about this for years, Phil. It's not even just drafting. Even if you're going to bring in a UDFA, I want to bring in a UDFA that's got a big arm. It's got a lot of mobility that you can that could be super raw, but that you can work with and develop. I can remember back in the day when the Bears brought in Chris Leak from Florida, the Florida Gator. And it's just it was guys like that you could just see, and you're like, come on, man. There's nothing. That there's nothing there to move forward with. They brought in, there was the kid from Wisconsin, Whitewater. I can't even remember his name.
I wanted to see that kid.
Yeah, but Bagent has a big arm. He's mobile. And like I said, Phil, it's the little things when he's
got good accuracy.
When he's going off action, he's snapping his head around, getting in position quickly. And that was one thing with Jay Cutler. Just the when he was faking the handoff, he was always fucking lazy with it. Mitch did the same fucking thing. I've seen Justin do it a couple of times. Those little things to me matter. But yeah, let's roll this. Let's get into it. Bear up, bear down, week 2, Bears preseason.
Philatosian, Shane Marshall. The Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up, a bear down. It's
See that? Shortened version.
Shortened version. All right. So we'll start with Ivan. Your bear down this week. Let's start with the negative first.
I'll go with Jack Sanborn. I just want to see some more out of him. It doesn't look like he was. I'm not going to say he wasn't into the game, but it looked like he was sluggish. I want to see some of that fire that we saw and what made him one of the fan favorites. Honestly, Logan's love connection. Apparently
the love.
Yeah. But Jack Sanborn needs to step up a little bit this game. Well, not a little bit, a lot of it this game. Show me some fire, show me some fight. Pick up some tackles, a sack, force a fumble, a hard hit, something like that. Come alive. Let me show us that you're actually giving a shit. I'm going to chalk that one up to being sluggish or just being the first time out there, but show some more, show some fight. You want me to do bear up or are we just going to go bear down now?
No, just bear down.
Okay.
And then we'll go to bear up in a second. So that's your guy.
That's who he's going with. I going next.
Yeah. Can't take it back.
Shane Marsaw.
Yeah, mine's pretty easy. It's a guy that I railroaded the night we drafted him. It's a guy that I railroaded most of the season last year. And it's a guy that got his chance and fucked up almost from Jump Street. It's Halas Jones. I don't want to see him out there. To me, it just, listen, you can only have so many lives and fuck up so many times. He's not a punt returner. Quit trying to force feed a baby with a fucking shovel. It's going to make a mess. You know what I mean? You're going to lose fucking football games. And I don't want to see him out there. I don't believe that he is a punt returner. I don't think he will ever be a punt returner. If I was Flus, I would say you concentrate on being the best kick returner that you can be, and we will get you involved in the passing game and on some gadget plays, and that's who you are. He was overdrafted in a big way from Jump Street by Ryan Poles. I was sick the night that they drafted him. He showed me a little bit of something at the end of the year, but it wasn't as a punt returner. It was as a wide receiver on the field. Take the punt returner off of his plate. It's obviously part of it is mental, where he's not figuring it out. You have an issue like that, remove it from your life. Go away from it. Concentrate on this.
Fuck yes. Sorry, Shane. Sorry. Cubs just walked off the White Sox right now. So suck that shit, White Sox fan. Sorry, Shane. Go ahead.
How'd Stroman do tonight? Oh, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he's not there. Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, Halas Jones would be my bear down for week 2. I think it's going to be a lot for him to overcome, and I think it's in his head. And when you start saying that you're trying to block out the outside noise, I mean, what's next? You're going to turn the TVs off in Halas Hall, Mitch? You're going to make that excuse? So Halas Jones, my bear down.
It's a good one. That was going to be mine. So now I have to go with a guy in his second year. Ja'Tyre Carter playing guard, getting his opportunity. I look at it as politics. Watching the tape of him, watching the game of him, because I didn't get the coaches all 22, unfortunately. I don't see it there, guys. I see a guy getting overwhelmed, not knowing his assignment a couple times, stepped the wrong way, and then he's getting pushed around. Those of you that think he looked good, got to look again. He's someone that I want to watch this week totally play better. Get after it. Showcase the right footwork. Deliver the blow. Fire out. Those types of things. I didn't see a mean guy. I just saw, listen, there's no question. I see athleticism there, but that's it. So Carter, to me, is the bear up. I know a lot of people were going to think I was going to pick Dexter. So I will say I want to see improvement from him. I wore University of Florida shirt today at practice for him and the show for him, because despite what people think, I am rooting for him to make me wrong about you. That's what I want. I want him to become the next. Oh God, I just had his name. Oh God, he's former Miami Hurricane. Now he was with the Ravens. Where is he now? God, it's been in the league for 100 years. Why am I drawing a blank? I just had him in my head. Jesus Christ. First round pick. Big defensive tackle. Campbell?
Calais Campbell.
Calais Campbell. Thank you, Cyro. That's what I want to see out of Dexter. You have that God-given length and power. Get out of your stance and deliver the blow and just dominate, bro. Dominate. You're all there now. That's what I want to see. Listen, put the two next to each other. They probably are fucking twins. I'm serious. That's the kind of body this guy has. Calais Campbell. Dexter, be that. We're going to go to the positive, Shane. Play the bear up.
Coming back with me, huh? Yeah, so I'm going to go
first. I go first.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I asked you to play because we go in the round robin or the snake, like Jackal's fantasy draft that he's having tonight, not on the show. Where is he? Where's Bear Up? Just play two.
Philatogen, Shane Marshall, the Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up, a bear down.
There you go. Perfect. Bear up. For me, Bear up is going to be Justin Fields. And he's going to put the fucking blog boys on notice with air yards. And I think they're going to give him some more reps. And I want to see him build off of what I saw. The footwork. Everything looked really good to me. Like he has been putting in the work. And if you're just tuning in now, we started at the top of the show completely destroying the narratives on air yards and bullshit. When you see your starting quarterback make the right read and make the decision to check it down to it, which he had some issues doing last year, thus running everywhere, that is growth. And I'm hoping to see some amazing things from him this Saturday night. There's my bear up, Justin. QB1, Shane.
I bet, well, that plays into who my bear up is going to be. And I bet you there's nobody in the chat picking this guy. Mine is going to be wide receiver Darius Fountain.
Oh, from Northern Iowa.
Guy that's been around a little bit. I believe he's 26 or 27 years old. But the Bears have kept him
coming out of nowhere.
But he had the 25, what was it? One catch for 25 yards or whatever like that. Yeah, and he
fourth down.
He popped another big one in joint practice early today. You get in Indy on that fast track, and you got, if he's in there with Justin or if he's in there with Tyson Bagent, who's got a big arm, I think you're going to see that speed come into play with a suspect secondary in Indy. And this is a guy that the Bears have kept around for a reason. I think that they see, listen, if they make a move with Velus Jones to keep him off of the roster, and maybe they want to go with an upside guy, it's even though he is 26 or 27 years old, I think he's got a couple big plays in him that could surprise some people. And I think he may be that guy down in Indy this weekend.
Great call. And the thing about it that you saw Fountain do in that rep on fourth down, critical down, helping out his quarterback, high pointing it, and body adjustment in the air. We haven't seen that from Bayless. You know, we have not seen that kind of ability in Bayless. So that's a really interesting choice this week. Put that in your bookmark and clip it. Because I know you'll be the only one
I'm
talking
sure if
about
he has one catch for 6 yards, it'll be clipped and people will be talking about it. But guess what? We ain't going anywhere. We'll be right here. Same
Listen, I
time,
like the pick.
same place.
Having a lot of fun tonight. Taking your questions as well. We're playing bear up, bear down. Send in your bear ups. Carrie Franklin is going with Cole Komet. Cole Komet. Obviously, last week, I just want to say, Ivan, my bear up happened to be probably a lot of people's bear up, and that was Stevenson post game. And what a great job he did showing why they took him as a rookie. My bear down was Dexter last week. So TTNL, pretty on point there, Ivan. You got some pressure on you.
Oh, I'm gonna go
What
with
do you got?
I'm
Bear
gonna go with
up.
Stevenson. I'm gonna go with Tyreek Stevenson, dude. First of all, I think he's gonna get an interception this week. I really do. I
Should have had that
like he should have had that last week. I
Oh.
think he's gonna come up with a big play interception this week. But my thing about him, man, and like something that we talk about, like cornerbacks not being scared to step up. This guy doesn't have any fucking fear when he goes and hits somebody, man. It's similar to like Brisker coming down and trying to hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's very violent. It's downhill, and he's rapping and bringing your ass down. Like you're gonna get popped when Tyler Stevenson comes and hits you. So like everything that he's done so far makes me a little more comfortable, or a little less stress about how the secondary will play. And I know he's gonna have his ups and downs rookie season, but if he could continue this trajectory and he just continue to get better and better, man, sky's the limit for him, I feel like. And, I'm looking for a big play interception for him this week. So bear up, Tyreek Stevenson.
That's a great one. You stole mine from last week, using it this week. Couldn't.
I had to find another one. That was last week, Phil.
I know. I'm giving it to you. Where's the barber at? Usually he comes back. He must be busy boiling out Daddy. Daddy do it. Darnell Mooney for Claudio. He writes it.
Like, honey,
wait, there he is.
Honey, did you see me on live with the TTNL boys?
There he's back.
No, there's a lot of background noise over here right now. That's why I had to be out. But
who's your bear up this week, Claudio?
My bear up coming up this week.
Yeah, who do you believe?
I wasn't watching, so I don't know. I just got on. I saw he said Stevenson. I don't know who you said, but I mean, I think Roshan Johnson. I like how that run he had.
Breaking tackles.
Oh God, it was great. I mean, that was a grown man right there. So I'm looking forward to him. I think hopefully he gets some snaps against the first team of the Colts, first team defense and stuff. So we'll see. I like him.
Claudio going with Rashawn Johnson, not Darnell Mooney. Bear down, Jackal.
Listen, we all know Mooney is always going to be the bear up. We all know that. His attitude, everything. We don't got to even talk.
Cut it out coming back. I had some.
Of course.
There you go.
For the regular
breaking
season.
News. Regular season. It cut it out his back.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Naisha. She's bear downing Tyler Scott, Shane.
Hey, big
fumble. The fumble, Naisha. Let me know. Is the fumble that worried you?
You can't get all that publicity and then go out there and put it on the turf. So
let me go through some of these guys and their comments. Where did they go? I starred all these bear ups. Where did they go?
They're in the stars.
There they go. It wasn't loading up. First, we got Charles Chambers going with Kyler Gordon. Rashawn Johnson for Kenny Andrews on a bear up. TJ battling Shane. He's going Isaiah Ford.
He had a nice deep ball.
Great release. If we
Yeah.
watch that route at the beginning of his route and release, that was outstanding by Isaiah. Baskerville, Ben Ricketts. Is there any Utah players? Oh, Jalen Johnson, Ben, you didn't pick him? I'm just kidding. Baskerville, I like that. Claude, Zach, my boy Zach Ure. Bear up, he's with you. Rashawn Johnson. So we get you involved in the game. I like the bear down with Jack. Oh, that was great. Bear up, Tevin Jenkins.
Another Tevin.
Tevin did a great job on that screen, boy. Set the tone.
Yep.
Same with Darnell. Claude's boy. Bear up, Claudio. No, Cairo, I think that is. Cario. Claudio and Cairo Santos had a daughter. Cario. Oh, bear up. He's going with this guy. Carter. Bear down, Scott. Look at that. Bear up, bear down. Nate Davis. Dieter. Is that a bear up? I hope he gets his shot. He deserves more shots. God, it drives me insane watching it.
Seems like he's definitely on the outside looking in.
That's where this is. Now he's got to do something. He's got to do something to let them know. Let me show you, Dame. This is the two practices to do it. I did say if you were at the practice, reach out to us. We could have brought you on the show. Sandlin didn't go, Shane, with the tickets I sent him.
Yeah, I think
Dropped the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if something came up for work. He told me. I think I forgot, or his daughter was going back to college.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Bear up, Lewis, as in Terrell Lewis. And look at Naisha is going with Brian Chambers and Lewis as well. Mike V. Noah Sewell.
Number 44. Do you know any other 44s?
Oh my God, Shane. He changed his number again.
Oh my God. Ground him.
He's dying for number 11. So real quick, the practice jersey 11 fit him perfect. The fucking game jersey 11 so tight. I'm like, he can't. He's very sensory. He hates that.
Who are we talking about, Devin?
Devin, my son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Noah Sewell.
My son Devin wants number 11 for Mooney. He wants number 11, right? But the game jersey was too small. Another kid had taken it. So we're trying to get the parents to give the jersey back so Dev can have 11. So I put the 11 practice jersey back on the rack. Well, the parent texted me and said, yes, I'm going to bring it this week. I'm like, perfect. We'll surprise Dev with number 11. I go into the equipment room. The 11 practice jersey's gone. Like someone stole it or something. Like, what the fuck? Looked everywhere. So then Dev says he doesn't like number 44. I put number 44 on him. I'm like, you look perfect at defensive end and tight end. I'm 44. I go, it's great. Guess what number he picked?
23.
Holy fuck. He picked 3.
3? Wow.
Jane, how the fuck did you do that?
Do you have any idea what my nickname is on this show?
Listen, number 3. So yes, Devin playing tight end. I got to admit, Claudio, we ran waggle tonight.
You should have kept that 44, dude. That's such a dope number.
It totally is, but I got to give Dev some props. Tate boots out off of action. And mind you, this is the first night we're putting in these plays. So I'm yelling at these kids. They do the Tate throws this ball way out in front. There's no way Dev's going to catch this. I mean, it is like he caught it like on his fingertips going down. He's running and he goes, Mooney. And I just started laughing. It was a great catch and great job by Coach Fish coaching those receivers and tight ends up. Oh, my guy, Funkster Jones in the house.
The hype man, the original hype man.
Listen, he texts hype. He's
at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m.
It don't matter.
He's always hyped up.
Oh, it's Funkster. We're gonna talk to you to set up that special guest, Funk. Special guest for the TTNL fans coming up. Do me a favor though, smash the like button. Let other people know. Fuck what you heard. Go in and check out the show. Become a patron and become a part of the TTNL family of shows. We got coming up this fall, the Super 16 poll show with Chris Zorich and myself, breaking down college football and always talking Bears during that show. Chris and I can't help ourselves. And if that'll be on Monday nights come this fall. And then, of course, we got former Bears quarterback Eric Kramer. I think he knows a thing or two about football, Shane.
Yeah,
he
I
does.
I think he actually at one point when Justin Fields started was saying that he couldn't read defenses.
He was very concerned with Justin.
Very critical. Yep.
He's
He was
very
very-
critical at first because of what he was seeing. It's crazy. I think he has knowledge though, right? He knows football. So
But,
I
you
don't know,
know,
it's crazy.
Eric had to give him praise. Like, you really turned it around in the season. And Eric was the first one to tell you, wow, look at the improvement. Look at this kid. He's building his confidence. There you go. CFL Naisha. I guess she's in. Oh, he's responding to her about Valus. I got it. Sorry, Brett. Shout out to you, Brett. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Back to this. Yes, everything else. Every Wednesday, keeping it 100, and then post game, the best post game show on the planet. I'll be right into my rant. We won't even bother Shane introducing
Bill,
He's overwhelmed.
Give me
It's
some
great.
fucking names.
Every
Give me
week
some
we're gonna
names.
understand the
Give me
fucking
some
why.
fucking names.
Yes, just real, raw analysis and passion for what just happened immediately after every Bears game, including the preseason, which will be this Saturday night, talking Chicago Bears versus Colts. Bears Hour Live will be live right after that. Please do us a favor. You know, instead of running sprints like my football team does at the end of practice, I'm just asking you to sprint your thumb or finger and smash that like button. Subscribe to the best network covering the Chicago. Just so slick and skinny in a hole.
Yeah.
And aren't afraid to break each other's chops and break the truth to people. Unfortunately, sometimes the truth hurts. And that's when Claudio brings out the tissues and says,
Oh my fucking God. Your lunch with Larry.
and listen, that's what happens sometimes. Lunch with Larry, lunch with Claudio, soon to be at TTNL. So, yes, we'll be live. And of course, my video analysis of every Chicago Bears game. If you love those videos or you found those back in the day, or that's how you found TTNL, they will be there. Become a patron. Go to the tapeneverlies.com. All one word. The tape never lies. You can scroll it across the bottom of the screen. What up, Michael Williams? I saw my guy Mike V in the house. David Smith. Remember David Smith driving from Philly on the East Coast to Chicago with his wife, Ivan, meeting us at the tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his wife, great people there. Ben Ricketts, I hope to meet you. And of course, I did forget. Look at Mo. He comes on the show and reminds me, X's with the O's. On Saturdays, we'll be breaking down the offensive line, the defensive line, and looking at what the Chicago Bears, are they improving? What does Coach Senior have to say about the games? All of that here on TTNL. Shout out to Robert McGraw. That's what it is. It was New York to Chicago.
Yeah, that's right. New York.
New York to Chicago.
Yeah,
Sounds
can't
like
be
a Frank Sinatra song, Shane.
Well, he needed to drive to Chicago so he could be a Bears fan. Can't be a Bears fan, man.
You can't be a Bears fan anywhere else.
No.
The summer wind came blowing in from across the
Look at this news.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Shout out Tape Never Lies. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
the network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this part signal show is at its end, but for me it's so important to thank the charter members and the fans. Build the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth, no narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Calling on Jane, getting nervous cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say to get the shot of vital. But hurry up cause the postman's getting homicidal.
shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. Spencer Strong.
I fucked your mom.
Claudia.
Best impression ever.
Can't leave that one out. What is this? Is it this? There it is. There it is. Oh, someone moved it. We're all big now. I'm not used to being big.
Who was that guy that was watching the show with his girlfriend? Are they still watching with Hannah?
That was Hannah.
Brandon, I think. Brandon.
Still in the chat. I was going to play her a song.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
This can't be good.
This can't be good. If Brandon is in the chat, Thorn. Brandon. Was it Thorn?
This show is for mature audiences only.
It always starts off with that, Claudio. Well, it used to. We don't do the intros anymore. Maybe we got to just put that in.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the chat anymore. They fell asleep.
Oh, they fell asleep. Hannah, are you there?
Come on, Hannah. She wanted to shout out.
Hannah, Bonana. Claudio the Barber with his daughter making her first appearance on the show tonight. Your wife, my wife, made an appearance. What's up? You have some shout outs.
Shout out, listen. Obviously, I'm going to shout out you guys. Always a great show. Always fun. Always informative. Always passionate. It's beautiful. Mo coming on. Shout out to him. That was great.
Yep.
He brought it. He showed his passion. Had great questions. Everybody in the chat, a lot of positivity tonight, which is nice. A lot of great questions. So everybody in the chat. And, and again, just shout out to you guys because, I mean, it is not easy to do what you guys do for 3 hours and talk football and do this. But, you know, people, the fans, they come for that, but they come for the fun, the shit talking, the bullshit. Listen, nobody gets their balls busted more than us. We bust each other's balls more than almost anybody else. So don't take yourself too seriously. Life's short. That's it.
So let's get the auction underway. On the first cow here, who's got 55? 55, 55, 55,
Oh man, you got some shout outs. Ivan Vargas.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the chat. It was I was on fire tonight. Some great questions, great back and
Awesome.
forth. Shout out to Mo for coming on. You know,
Yes.
not everybody has the balls to come on and talk, and even called out DDP for
Yeah.
you know a grievance.
Those
So-
lights come on and some people cower. Mo did not.
No, he didn't. So shout out
Proud
to
of
Mo.
Mo.
And then also, you know, finally, shout out to all the White Sox fans that have to go home crying because you lost in the 9th inning to the Chicago Cubs.
Yes.
See you later. Go drive home safely.
Ivan, I'm a Cubs fan now.
That's right.
Let's
Claudio's on
go.
our side now. He's adopted.
And
He's adopted.
neither one of the Chicago teams are getting Otani.
That's a
So,
lie. That's a lie.
coming to
He's on our
LA.
side. But yeah, shout out to
Staying
you
in
guys.
LA.
Get home safe. Get home safe. It's all fun and games. I mean, I'm really happy that you lost, but it's all fun and games. Get home safe.
Get home safe. Have a blast. Chicago Bears and the real sport is back. Football. I'm living football 24/7 with the network and coaching and just eating up everything with the Bears.
Have the boys asked you for Madden 24 yet?
Yeah, they did. Unfortunately, Dad hasn't bought it yet.
Fucking slacker.
Bill, are you gonna
What?
have the games recorded so you can break down the tape with your team?
I do. We have the Huddle. They have a special Huddle app, but I'm looking for a camera person that's going to film these games because I'm very particular about the angle. So, yes.
What?
They don't have the eye in the sky, and you don't have the eye.
They
in the
don't
sky?
have that, Claudia. I wish. I've been trying to get the commissioner of the league to buy me that camera that you stand still and it follows the action by itself.
You gotta
It's pretty
get
cool.
somebody with a drone.
Listen, if you're in the Connecticut area and you can film,
We got the Coach's Eye app. You want to use that? That's fucking useless since we bought it, but
Shane, do you have a shout out?
I thought he'd forget about it. I thought he'd forget about it.
you know. Sometimes I'm a dick. You know. Yeah, I'll keep it in-house. Obviously, shout out you guys, but the one person that's not here tonight, shout out Cherie.
Yeah.
I know she's had kind of a crappy week, but we're glad she's gonna be back, and she had some work-related stuff that she had to take care of tonight. But we love Cherie and just love when she's on the show with us. So looking forward to getting her back in the fold next week. And we're always here for everybody here, no matter what happens when they need it. And that's the way that we built this network, and that's the way that we try to live by. So props to one of our best here, Cherie. We love you.
Great stuff. Yes, piggybacking on that, Cherie, loved you. Shout out. We missed you. We'll see you next week. I'm making sure that Maley is next week. I believe it's next week, but if it's not, it's the week after that.
It's gonna give him at least a week or two to get his headphones and his internet straightened out. Right, Brett?
Jeepers creepers. That would be the perfect drop there. Where is the Jeepers creepers drop? Can we get
Jeepers
we have to
Give me
sort some of these out.
Jeepers creepers.
There it is. Give me
there's
some names.
There's a
Jeepers
cluster
creepers.
again. There's a cluster of videos again. So
Yeah, we gotta organize it.
Oh,
Alphabetize it.
We got to get some of the BHL stuff moved over into the VHL one, and every show's got to have its own brand.
Listen, I just want to shout out you amazing fans that have supported us since we started doing this. I want to shout out everybody on the network, as well as Cars Keys will also be a part of the fall TTNL shows and everything we do there.
Mr. California himself. He's out on the West Coast.
Cool. California cool. Is he?
Yeah, him and his family taking care of some family business.
Shout out to them, the family.
Yep.
Shout out to Daniel Perez and Stefan Froyland and Phil Froyland and anybody that's dealing with anything having to do with Hawaii. I hope you are all safe out there. I know we have a lot of Daniel. I hope you are okay over there and your family. Bullets, I know. Shout out to you, but also big thoughts to your wife's family and anybody that's dealing with what's going on out there. God bless
Bullet's
you.
Probably
guys.
taking a nap. We woke his ass up this morning.
I want to shout out Coach Dre. Love you. Brian Chambers. Appreciate you. The positivity. The upcoming season. Lucas Vandermeide. Mike Williams. Eric Thomas. Ben Ricketts. My boy Jared Perry. Jose Torres. Daniel Bouchel. I think that's how you say. Hannah and her boyfriend. Jack Jasawak. Resolute 8123. All the best. Jeremy Fourier, Brandon Daniels, Joe Lampa Lambella.
Give me some fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games.
I'm giving you names. Jose Pep Delgado. Gotta shout him out. Jamie Bryson, Josh T. George the actor, Shane.
Yeah.
It's on shows in China. Also in our chat, he was on our show.
Japan, right? Wasn't that
No,
Japan?
I think it was China.
Was it China?
Dude, he said the tape never lies in Chinese.
Oh,
Ivan or
Mandarin, bro. Mandarin.
Oh, Mandarin. Mind your
likes,
manners.
Phil
and
likes
your
their oranges. Yes.
Exactly. Charles Chambers, Logan Frost, TJ, Zach Ewer, Mo, who came on the show. The lights weren't too bright. Fredo Santana, Robert McGraw Jr., Sergio Saucedo, always shouting us out. Funkster Jones, Naisha McGee, gotta shout her out.
Yeah, she was
Mike
breaking
V.
it down tonight.
Yeah, she was breaking it down tonight. Naisha, I'm happy you're here. The Caminator, Garrick Bradley. I'm still going. John Centino. Gotta give these guys the love that you deserve. Bill, always breaking my balls. Wagner.
Oh, I thought we were going in.
Yeah.
Claudio
Can't play it
Gannett.
until Hannah speaks up.
We were giving that to her. All of you guys deserve the shout out tonight to get us to the 2 hours and 38-minute mark of this show. You guys are family. We always are trying to work that ass, not just for daddy, but for the best analysis on the Chicago Bears, the most truthful. We're not just going to go with the flow. We're actually going to go with the tape. And Shane, Cars, Ivan, myself, any of us who have ever had an opinion and found out on tape it was wrong, they're the first people to go on the air and say, you know what, I was wrong about that. And that's the difference. We don't hide in the shadows. Come out for the truth. So that's where we're going to be this year, breaking down this team with passion and pride. And if Justin goes to where we believe he's going to go, we are going to be looking at a better season than most people think. And I know a lot of people are getting hyped on it, but we will see. But after this game, we'll be live on Bears Hour Live, breaking it down. Shane, is there anything else we missed before we go? You are on mute.
My bad.
Amateur.
I didn't want
Fucking
my
rookie error. dude.
I didn't want my Tic
I love
Tacs
him.
to. Hey, calm down. I tell you. Yeah, we're gonna close it out.
Yes.
With a little shout out.
Shout out
to Mrs. Robert McGraw.
Mrs. Robert McGraw.
Yes. His wife loves that drop. So we're gonna do it up for Mrs. McGraw. Maybe Robert will get lucky tonight.
Oh, Robert.
Have her work that ass a little bit.
Let us help you, Robert.
Here we go, Robert. This is for your wife. You kids have fun tonight.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator.